On a 75-degree day in Jacksonville, Florida, right off the bank of the St. Johns River, we bring you the VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena, home of the Jacksonville Icemen, as they host the Atlanta Gladiators for the first game of a 3-3. Good evening, everyone. Guy Chiarenza with you here on the Gladiators Broadcast Network. We're going to get to know these two teams very, very well over the next few days. Jacksonville Icemen, Atlanta Gladiators. This is the first game of 3 games in 3 days. The first 2 will be in this building tonight and tomorrow. And on Sunday afternoon, the scene shifts to Duluth. And these two teams will cap off their 3-game series before the Gladiators head off to Utah during the week. Atlanta is riding high and entering the matchup. Capped off their 5-game homestand with a 2-1 overtime victory over the Greenville Swamp Rabbits on Sunday. Atlanta are winners of their last 3. They are 12-4 entering the matchup here today with 24 points on the campaign. That is good enough for tied in second in the South Division. However, they do not own that tiebreaker with the South Carolina Stingrays, so currently they sit in third. But things are good for the Gladiators right now, and they look to keep things rolling here tonight in Jacksonville. As for the Icemen, they are 9-9, losers in their last game to the Stingrays on Wednesday. At 18 points on the season, they are tied for 4th in the South. But they have lost their last 3 games, and their injury report continues to pile up. It has been a rough go of things for the Icemen as of late. More on that in a moment, but Jacksonville will look to turn things around here to kick off the 3-3 on home ice. This is the third of 13 meetings between these two clubs this season. Atlanta won 5-2 in this building on November 7th. Jacksonville won 2-1 a week later on the 15th. And for the Gladiators, as we mentioned before, they are coming off of a win on Sunday against Greenville. 2-1 the final score in overtime. Gladiators got back-to-back overtime wins over Greenville on Saturday and Sunday. On Saturday, the hero was Isaac Walter in overtime, the 3-2 final. On Sunday, Alex Young was the hero for Atlanta, as he did score the game-winning goal, 4:44 into overtime to give the Gladiators the victory. But that game was highlighted with the Gladiators doing very well on the power play, and it seems like Atlanta's power play is back. Cody Sylvester scores on the man advantage late in the first period to give the Gladiators a 1-0 lead. For Sylvester, he does score the power play goal, and the captain has 2 goals and 2 assists in his last 5 games. Watch out for him here today. He did score a power play goal in this building earlier in the season in that 5-2 win on the 7th of November. As for Alex Young, he has been hot as of late, off to an excellent start this season, tied for the team lead in points with 15. He has 2 goals and 1 assist in his last 2. And you want to look for the hot hand. Look to Louis Boudon dishing the puck out. 2 assists in that Sunday win. He has 1 goal and 5 assists in his last 4 games. He has been playing sensational hockey as of late. And Isaac Walter has been right there behind him. 1 assist on Sunday for Walter. 2 goals and 2 assists in his last 4. And for Chad Nychuk, supplying the pucks on the back end, he's also on a point streak as well with an assist on Sunday. 1 goal and 3 assists in his last 3. And so for the Gladiators, we got some guys playing very well as of late. 3 players on point streaks that are 3 or longer entering the night. Ethan Hyder was once again a brick wall on net for the Gladiators, stopping 30 of 31. Picked up his 7th win of the season. That is tied for second most amongst goaltenders in the ECHL. Tonight we will see TJ Semptimphelter between the pipes for the Gladiators, as ever since Hyder was returned to the Gladiators from Milwaukee, it has been a rotational basis between the 2 netminders for Matt Ginn and Zach Fennell. We will see Semptimphelter here tonight after a sensational performance from Hyder on Sunday. But the win was highlighted with the Gladiators playing very well on the power play. 2 for 6 on the man advantage for the Gladiators. They did go 3 for 4 on the penalty kill. The lone Greenville goal was scored on the power play as well, but for the Gladiators, it's been a long time coming for this crew to finally get those power play goals rolling, as it's been a tough go for the Gladiators coming into the final weekend of the homestand, and then all of a sudden, they found a way to turn things around. And that is a good sign for a Gladiators team that really had struggled on the power play last season, struggled to start this season, but now Gladiators are putting the punch into the power play. They scored twice on the power play for the 2nd time this season in that Sunday win. The only other time they did that prior was on the 23rd of October in Orlando. and is the second time this season that the Gladiators have scored a power play goal in back-to-back games. And so, again, that goes back to that Orlando game on the 23rd of October, and then the next night, Gladiators scored in the power play in Florida. What was a 2-0 victory. So, interestingly enough, the Gladiators able to solve their power play woes against what was, statistically, the best penalty kill unit in the league at that time in Greenville. Jacksonville special teams hovering around the middle of the pack in the league so far this season. Atlanta will look to continue rolling on the power play here tonight with a couple more PPGs. Got a chance to speak with Alex Young earlier in the week. He's off to a sensational start to start the season. Was acquired at the trade deadline last season by the Gladiators. And Young last year had 4 goals and 4 assists for 8 points in 11 games to finish out the season with Atlanta. This year, he has been excellent. 7 goals, 8 assists, 15 points in 16 games so far. He did score the game winner on Sunday afternoon against Greenville. Here is Alex Young earlier in the week.
What's up, Black Nation? Guy friends here with Alex Young. Alex, we give you guys 3 wins in a row. You scored the overtime winner on Saturday. Walk me through that. Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, something you don't see too often before our play. I guess it's something that happens over time, but just we're moving around well. And, we found a nice team over here for one time. We're a great pass by him. And the power play is buzzing. You guys scored 3 out of 9 times on the weekend set against Greenville. What has been clicking on this power play? What has led to this success? I mean, we haven't been doing well before that, so we made some changes. It's just practicing it and having some meetings. Just to kind of figure stuff out. And,
Looks like we are experiencing some technical difficulties on that interview with Alex Young, so try and get that sorted out sometime during the course of the night. But pretty much Alex talked about scoring the overtime winner on a 4-on-3 power play. That is how the Gladiators got their second power play goal of the night, was on the game winner. Talked about how that's not something that you normally practice all that much, a 4-on-3 power play, but they did the job. They got some separation in the attacking zone, and then Alex Young was wide open in the far circle for a cross-ice feed. Put in the slap shot into the back of the net for the game winner. Also asked him about his hot start to the season, how much it helped being with the team to start the season and learn the ropes from training camp onward. Said it really did help, and credit a lot of his success to his teammates, and especially that line that he's on right here tonight. It'll be Ryan Francis with Young and Joey Cipollone again, and that line, ever since they've been put together, has been playing really well. It feels like they've really complemented each other quite well to start the season. We'll get to see them together again here tonight in Jacksonville. And speaking of the Jacksonville Icemen, they have had a rough go of things as of late. They lost 4-1 on Wednesday to the South Carolina Stingrays. The Icemen have lost their last 3, and all of a sudden they find themselves right at 500 at 9-9. You've got a team like the Greenville Swamp Rabbits who are tied with them for the final playoff spot in the South at 4th. And then you've also got the Savannah Ghost Pirates nipping at their heels as well. And so for the Icemen, they're going to have to try and find a way to pick up home wins on home ice. And that starts here tonight against Atlanta, but unfortunately for the Icemen, they are banged up. Christopher Brown did score a goal on Wednesday for the Icemen, and he scored pretty early in, 3:11 in, but then South Carolina tied it 2:47 later, and that was that. Scott Ratzlaff stopped 25 of 29 in the loss for Jacksonville. Their power play went 0 for 1, their penalty kill 2 for 3, and they've been outscored 13-6 over their last 3 games. But the real problem for the Icemen is the injury report. On injured reserve right now, James Hardy, Logan Cockrell, Craig Martin, Ashton Stockey, all of them currently on long-term injured reserve. And then take a look at the guys that are not in the lineup. It's an even lengthier list. Tyler Coffey, Braden Hislop, Aiden Fulp, Cameron Rowe, and then recently Garrett Van Wy has been suspended. And so for the Icemen, it's just a lengthy list of guys that cannot play for them here tonight. And so that means that they have to find a way to get creative and get guys into the lineup. And so lo and behold, they phone a call to Steve Oleksky. He'll be wearing number 4 here tonight. He'll be playing in his first professional game in about 3 years. Oleksky stands at 6 foot even, 190 pounds, native of Chesterfield, Michigan. He is 39 years old. He is set to resume his professional career here tonight. The last time that he played a pro game was on Veterans Day of 2022, 11-11-22, Orlando at Jacksonville. He was skating with the Orlando Solar Bears. And go figure, he goes out, scores 2 goals and 1 assist that night, and then says, I'm done. And he hasn't laced up the skates since, but he is back here tonight. The Icemen phone a call, and Oleksky answers, and he will be in the lineup on the 4th line for the Icemen here today in what has been a very depleted Jacksonville lineup. Icemen will look to turn on the former NHLer here today to supply anything to get them going here, because for the Jacksonville right now, it has been a rough go of things, and they need to pick up a win in the column. Fortunately for them, the Atlanta Gladiators are in town, and they are one of the hottest teams in the ECHL. If you look at just win percentage through the standings so far this season, the Gladiators are right towards the top at 3rd in the ECHL. And so it is going to be a very gritty battle here tonight between 2 South Division teams, and we wouldn't have it any other way. Let's get to the keys to the game here tonight, presented by Beaver Toyota and Mazda, with head coach Matt Ginn. First key to the game for the Gladiators, just get off to a good start. And that was something that Atlanta didn't really do on Saturday against Greenville. Did come back and find a way to win. Sunday, much better start. Atlanta got the first goal and was able to close it out in overtime. And so for the Gladiators here today, they once again want to get off to a good start. Second key is to play north. They want to play in the Jacksonville zone here tonight. They don't want to spend any time in their own end, and for the Gladiators, who are the best defensive team in the ECHL, averaging about 1.8 goals against per game this season, offense is the best defense. Find a way to keep Jacksonville out of your own end by staying in theirs. And finally, that third key is something that I'm going to be paying very close attention here tonight, is to win the gritty areas. You think about this game being the first game of a 3-3. It is going to get physical at some point. It's going to get nasty. And so for the Gladiators, win those areas along the boards, along that yellow strip that runs along the outside. If you're able to pry the puck away from there, keep it out of the Icemen's hands, win those battles along the boards. That in turn comes with puck possession, and of course helps with that second key in playing north. And so look for the Gladiators to win those gritty areas. We'll keep an eye on how physical this game becomes as the night goes on, and really as the weekend goes on, as it is the first of 3 straight games and 3 straight days between the Gladiators and the Icemen. Let's get to the starting lineups here between Atlanta and Jacksonville. We will start with the Gladiators, who are going to send out their third line to begin play here today. Number 61, Kaylin Lind gets the start at left wing for Matt Ginn's Atlanta Gladiators. Lind this season 1 goal and 4 assists for 5 points in 12 games this season. He is under contract with the NHL's Nashville Predators. Our proud affiliate was assigned from Milwaukee by Nashville to Atlanta at the beginning of the year. His starting center here tonight is number 27, Mike McNamee, standing at 6 foot even, 200 pounds. The native of Perth, Ontario, has 1 goal and 5 assists for 6 points in 16 games this season. His starting right wing will be number 18, Carson Denemy, who along with number 11, Zach Yoder here tonight will be playing in career ECHL game number 250 in his career. Denemy stands at 6 foot, 194 pounds, is a native of Regina, Saskatchewan. He has 1 goal and 2 assists for 3 points in 16 games. Starting on the back end for the Gladiators, it is going to be number 8, Ryan Conroy, standing at 5'9", 185, native of Chestermere, Alberta. And we paired up with number 2, Brendan Less, standing at 6'1", 181 pounds. Starting goaltender here tonight is number 35, TJ Septemfelter. He has been one of the league's best to start the season. 5-3 record, 1.49 goals against average, .941 save percentage. He will man the pipes for Atlanta. Coming up next, the national anthem here in Jacksonville.
At this time, we ask you to remain standing as we welcome Kennedy Garland for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see the dawn's early light? What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous night. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets were hearts bursting in, yet through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the
Great job. Thank you, Kennedy Garland. To have the captains and the carpet for tonight's ceremonial puck drops.
We are all set and ready to go from Jacksonville, Florida at ViStar Veterans Memorial Arena. It's the Gladiators and the Icemen for the first of a 3-in-3. Starting lineup here tonight for Atlanta: Lind, McNamee, and Denemy. Conroy and Les, the two blue liners. TJ Semptenfelter is the netminder.
Fans, let's give a warm round of applause for our buddy Noah.
Ethan Einer is the backup here tonight. As the only change lineup-wise from Sunday to today, Ethan Scardina is in, and Peter Morgan is out. Semptenfelter gets the start for the Gladiators. For the Icemen, it'll be Scott Ratzlaff for the second straight game. Last time that Ratzlaff was between the pipes was that 4-1 loss to South Carolina on Wednesday. He stopped 25 of 29 in that game. As he gets the start here tonight, trying to get Jacksonville back in the win column after they have dropped their last three. Starting for the Icemen, it looks like it'll be the line of Grando, Duhart, and Crane for Jacksonville. On the back end, it'll be Beraldo and Spetz to start for Jacksonville. As Cody Sylvester finds himself in the ceremonial puck truck in the far corner. Gladiators are wearing their blue jerseys, which we have not seen in a long, long time since that Florida road trip to start the season in Orlando and Estero. It is a blue jersey with Gladiator gold numbers and Gladiator gold trim. Boy, it's a sharp look. They are 2-0 in those jerseys this year. They will skate from right to left. To begin play, Jacksonville wearing their standard white jersey with blue numbers and silver trim. They will skate from left to right to begin action here today. 4-man officiating crew here in Jacksonville. Head referee is David Lilly, wearing number 25, along with Emil Sharon, wearing number 43. Linesman Nick Klitschko, wearing number 41, and Logan Berkowitz, wearing number 68. And with that, we should be all set and ready for action here today as Duhart meets McNamee at center circle. Lilly will drop the puck, and away we go from Jacksonville. Icemen win the opening draw. They try and play it into Gladiator ice. Puck is forced to the outside and met at the blue line by Conroy. It'll be chipped up further. Denemy, playing in game 250 in his pro career, gets it to the near corner and is shoved off the puck. Icemen pop it out to the neutral zone in front of Brendan Less. He'll chase it. It'll go down for an icing 24 seconds in. Fans, make your pick as to who is going to score the first goal and the first assist here tonight. Get on over to our social media channels. First goal and first assist are presented by Hancock Whitney Bank and Pinnacle Promotions, respectively. Faceoff will be to the right of Ratzlaff on the near circle. Boudon will take this against Duhart. The Frenchman has won it. Here is Isaac Walter. Rumbling below the goal line, looks to center. Broken up by Duhart in the slot, but held in at the point by Nychuk. In the far corner, Walter gets back to work. Boudon from low to high reconnects with Nychuk. He'll scramble down the wall, gain the circle, feed across for a one-timer by Walter. That is blocked away by Ratzlaff. Good chance to open the game for the Gladiators. And of course, right there is Walter, currently on a 4-game point streak. As here is Walter again, slipping it across to Nychuk. From the right wing half wall, glides down lower, centers for Boudon, and he will score! Louis Boudon extends his point streak and gets the Gladiators on the board, 1:02 into the first. The Icemen sleepwalking to start the game. The Gladiators take advantage. Louis Boudon extends his point streak to 5 straight games. Great work by Boudon and the Gladiators. First line puts in good work. And Atlanta already has the opening score of the night. Gladiators, when they score first this season, have a record of 8-2. The Icemen, when surrendering the first goal, 4-5. Face off to the left of Ratzlaff. Gladiators can't keep it in the zone this time. Icemen get out to center. Slingshot pass picked off by Francis. They'll roll it back to Jarvis, and the Gladiators will control. Zach Yoder, playing game 250 in his ECHL career as well, will jolt it into Icemen ice. Goal comes from goal comes from Boudon, from Nychuk and Walter. And so all 3 of those guys have already extended their point streak another game.
1 minute, 2 seconds of the first period.
Meanwhile, the Icemen work it in deep. Gladiators able to force it out to center and cross ice to Francis. On the left wing, Francis goes across. Young to the middle looking for Cipolo, and it had his stick lifted out of his hands. Wanted a penalty. The Gladiators, because of that, could not get that finishing blow. What could have been their second of the night already. 2:15 gone by in the first. Atlanta leads 1-0. Shot from the line goes into the near corner. Icemen continue to rotate behind the net. Dunkley overskates. Golden reaches it at the far half wall. Dunkley steps in to try and steal it back. Brendan Less working hard there for Atlanta. Can't escape Dunkley. They look to center in front, and it's broken up by Scardina. Now Burns on the left wing. Tries to chop it to Nolan. MacArthur gets in front of him. Nolan tries to burst towards the net, but Dunkley gets there on the back check. Jacksonville will possess. Spets from his own blue line, turns it over at center red. Good active stick there for Mickey Burns as he heads off. Now it's Anthony Furiolo over the red line and firing it in. Retzlaff behind the net comes out to play it. Lind on the forecheck forces him to pump it to the right wing. McNamee is there, shovels it to Denemy. Continues it along to Lind. He'll ride up the far wall. Tries to prod it back to Denemy, but gets crunched by Jordan. Cross ice go the Icemen to Oleski, playing his first pro game in about 3 years. Cody Sylvester strips it away from him. He will survey the ice and drop it back to Furiolo. Denemy off the far wall, wanted McNamee. Said it was cut off a bit there by Peter Tischke. And the Gladiators will have to start their breakout again. Denemy battling with Oleski at his own blue line. Sees the whistle blow. I believe it's a hand pass on the Gladiators. Make that puck play with a high stick. 16-12 left in the first. Gladiators off to an excellent start here today. Louis Boudon with a goal now extends his point streak to 5 games, 2 goals, and 5 assists in that span. Walter Nychuk with the assists. Walter 2 goals and 3 assists in his last 5. Nychuk 1 goal and 4 assists in his last 4. All that coming on Louis Boudon's 5th goal of the season. 102 in. Face off to the right of Ratzlaff. Boudon will take this for Atlanta. So the Gladiators are on the power play, so it's a high-sticking penalty going against Steve Oleski. So welcome back to pro hockey, Steve Oleski. He is in the box. Atlanta to the man advantage. Eco-electric power play for the Gladiators. They went 2 for 6 on Sunday. Young from the left circle, plays it down low, out of the reach of Walter. Jacksonville will clear. The Gladiators' figure on the power play continues to grow as it gets better and better. They are now up to 15.1% on the season, 23rd best in the league. Jacksonville penalty kill, 80.4%, 18th best in the ECHL. As the Icemen dump it down again, thwarting another Gladiator zone entry. Here is Nychuk. We get to the right wing for Walter. Gains the attacking line, tried to feed it towards his right. Pass got picked off. Lurking there was Chris Grando, and he tries to strip it away short-handed from Boudon and Nychuk, who were back, and he does just that on the wall. Costantini out there as well, working hard for the Icemen. Nychuk and company are able to get it back. Atlanta will get a line change in as the second unit comes on. Streaking through center is Cipolo. He'll pound it to his right, away from Ratzlaff. McNamee drops it for Lind. Off the end wall and angled up to the right point to Nolan. Cross to Furiolo. Back to Nolan. High slot to the right circle for Lind. Back up top to Nolan. Left point, Furiolo holds down low. Lind in front. McNamee can't stuff it in. Pinballs to Cipolone. And Ratzlaff keeps it out. It's loose in the far corner. Look, is tapped off an active stick to the near side. Lind and Cipolone go careening over there. Leaks over to Spets, and he will rainbow it out to center. It'll be handled by Furiolo. And the power play will expire. Atlanta starts the night 0 for 1, but nonetheless a good start on the power play. So Oleski out of the box. Semptimphelter will play the puck on a Jacksonville dump-in. Gets to the line. Jordan shoots. Tip in front of Semptimphelter. It's loose in the slot. Atlanta's able to sweep it out to the near wall. Jordan battling there for Jacksonville. Gets it for a shot by Patosha. Out in front to Semptimphelter. And waiting on the doorstep was Dunkley. The netminder keeps it away. Gladiators dump it out of the zone. Got a partial change in as Furiolo heads off and Les comes on. Les will retrieve it in his own end. Look up ice and quickly find Conroy. As Burns moving on the left wing, will catapult it to the far corner. Zaprika's there first for Jacksonville. Tries to sidestep Francis, turned over in front of the net, and Ratzlaff on high alert is able to put a paw on it and stop time 6:40 into period 1. A great start for the Gladiators. They score 102 in. Louis Boudon It's his 5th goal of the year, and Atlanta is buzzing. 1-0 Gladiators here in Jacksonville when we come back.
This Thanksgiving, you can count on Kroger. You get up high quality and down low prices. Up high quality with our exclusive brands and down low prices on all your Thanksgiving needs. Because at Kroger, quality and low prices always come together. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Welcome back to Jacksonville. Gladiators have a 1-0 lead with 13:20 left in the first. Face off to the right of Ratzlaff. Udon, the goal scorer, will take this face off against Christopher Brown, the captain for Jacksonville. And he will win it. Conroy on the left wing. Yeah, fires on goal. The rebound is sent over the cage by Boudon. He almost had his second. And he's been dumped back down to Gladiator ice. Sylvester is there to retrieve. Floats it to the neutral zone where it's grabbed by Condata. Push it to his left. And on the zone entry here is Brown on the left wing. Gets to the line, chucks it across. Puck wobbles into the near corner where it's snatched up by Conroy. We'll drop it back to Brendan Less, New Jersey native. Lines Conroy again on the left wing. Nobody open in the neutral zone, and so Jacksonville will repossess with 12:35 left in the first. Spets on the right wing, gains the red line, tries to fire in, hits a Gladiator at the blue line. And so trying to do it himself on the entry is Red Savage, who we're seeing for the first time in the season series. He and Costantini were up in the AHL with the Rochester Americans, the AHL affiliate of the Icemen, last time these two teams played. Yoder gloves down a loose puck at his own blue line. Thumps it to the neutral zone, and Lynn takes it in stride. Kalen Lynn, spinorama, backhand try, is gobbled up by Ratzlaff. You gotta have a lot of confidence to execute that move, and Kalen Lynn did just that. Nice little nifty spinorama on the fly. Got a nice backhand rip on Ratzlaff. I think if he would have had a chance to do it over again, would have tried to get a little bit more mustard on that shot, but I do like that chance there for Kalen Lind as he heads to the bench. The young Cipollone Francis line comes on. Icemen win that face-off. They get out to the neutral zone and a little bit more. Crane off the wall. Finds Grando. Tries to cut towards the net. Semptimphelter hugging the post. Keeps it out. Francis to Cipollone on the right wing. He scurries to the red line and bangs it down. Ratzlaff out of the cage to play it. Shovels it to his left in the corner. They get it up top now. Not out. Nychuk from high to low. Plays it below the goal line. Iceman able to play keep away and volley back out the center. Nychuk steps in front of the puck. Gets it to Young in the neutral zone. Try to hit Cipollone on the fly. Ends up going to Patosha, who scored for the Icemen in the last meeting between these two. What was his first pro goal? He angles it down. Semptimphelter pops it to the near side for Firiolo. Has Nolan moving up ice. He will connect with Burns, who gets checked off the puck by Jordan. Iceman dump it down. Semptimphelter way out to play it. He's able to evade danger. Iceman try and get back in on the re-entry. Puck is soccered to center circle by Jordan. Burns tries to pump it into the attacking zone, but the Iceman strong on it. Gain the left wing. Tischke plays it to the boards. Firiolo snatches it there. Jolts it up to Nolan. Moving with Burns. Those two reconnect as Nolan enters the attacking zone. Ascardina plays it back. Burns from the line. Fires for a low glove save by Ratzlaff. And time will stop with 10:25 left in the first. Face off on the near circle to the right of Ratzlaff, Boudon, Sylvester, and Walter. That line back out there for Atlanta. Louis Boudon, the Frenchman, making a strong case as to why he should be on the national team for France in the Winter Olympics. And it's got a bit of a mix-up here out the face-off. Whistle blew. I don't think the clock started rolling, and then Baikov got tripped out of all that, thought that the play was going to start. We'll redo it again, but Boudon with that goal here to start play. Now up to 5 goals, 11 assists, 16 points in 17 games. This one's not done yet. Making a very strong case for himself as to why he could be in Milan for the Winter Olympics come February. Boudon will be booted out of the face-off dot, so it'll be Sylvester to take it against Dunkley. And the Gladiators will win it. The captain gets it to Conroy on the left wing, drops it back. Boudon fires, stopped by Ratzlaff. I don't think he saw it. Puck comes back to the right point. Held in there by Les for a moment, now banged out the center. Almost into the arms of Dunkley. Gladiators able to steal it away, though. Come back up ice where they are offside on the entry. 10:06 to go in the first.
Fans, let's meet tonight's pest, number 8, Ryan Conroy. Presented to you by Inotech Pest Management. Now
And
let's
so for Cody Sylvester, he'll stay out there on that line with Walter and Boudon, but seems like Atlanta's really hitting its stride as of late. Winners of their last 3, and for Cody Sylvester, seems like he is hitting his stride this season as well. Coming into the night, 2 goals and 2 assists in his last 5. As Walter gets it into the attacking zone. Boudon on the half wall tries to spur it deeper, but the Icemen dump it out. Conroy hunts it down. Fans take up a let's go Icemen chant. Their team down by 1. Conroy flies into the attacking zone, drops it back, but it's picked off by Savage. Potential 3-on-2 up ice for Jacksonville. Atlanta's able to get back as a shot by Brown goes into the glove of Semptimphelter. And he will freeze it with 9:36 left in the first. Atlanta scored early. They've held that lead. Louis Boudon's 5th of the year has it 1-0 in Jacksonville. We are back in a moment after a word from our local sponsors.
All right, fans, let's take it.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the ECHL, celebrating its 38th season of affordable family entertainment. The ECHL would like to thank everyone in attendance for your support of ECHL hockey. The ECHL would also like to recognize the following league sponsors: AMI Graphics, exclusive signage provider; Athletic Knit, official jersey supplier; Baron Rings, official championship ring supplier; BFL Canada Insurance and Sutton Special Risk, sponsors of the 2026 ECHL Hall of Fame induction ceremony; Dash, official mobile auction platform; The Fairley Group, official commercial insurance provider; Flow Sports, exclusive streaming provider; Hotel Planner, official hotel reservations partner.
Face off to the right of Semptimphelter. Won by Jacksonville. Icemen trying to get something going here in the attacking zone. Condata from the line, rips it towards the goal, gets deflected wide of Semptimphelter. It was played with a high stick, and so now it's touched up. Clock stops with 9:20 left. McNamee will take this face-off against Costantini. That comes out of the Gladiator zone. The face-off right on the blue line. Won by Jacksonville. Though Lind and Denemy try and pry it away right in front of the scorer's table. Andata able to hang on. Chops it into Gladiator ice. Where it's snatched up by Jarvis. A little bit of help from Denemy. They rip it into Jacksonville ice. Icemen spin it to the near half wall. Jarvis pinching, can't keep it in the zone. Icemen jolt it down the length of the ice. No icing. Both teams able to get a little bit of a change in here. Grando, make that Peraldo, excuse me, gains the red line. Uses the puck to the Gladiators. Yoder back up to the red line. Sees the puck boomerang back. Semptimphelter out to play it. Has Jarvis in the far corner. Slotted up the wall to the point where Spets keeps it in. Jacksonville drives it to the near corner where Yoder there pick it up for Atlanta. Pass from low to high, shot by Beraldo, goes off the end wall and behind Semptimphelter. The net comes off, 8:10 to go. And another stoppage. Shot count reads 6-3 in favor of the Gladiators, and that is something that we will keep an eye on here tonight for a couple of different reasons. One, for Jacksonville, shots have not been their forte. They take the least amount of shots out of any team in the ECHL, averaging 25.2. And they allow 34.61 shots against on average per game, 26th in the ECHL in that department. And so as a result of that, the Icemen have only outshot their opponent twice so far this season. This is game number 19 for Jacksonville this year. Atlanta ices the puck on the ensuing sequence, and so back down we go near TJ Semptimphelter with 8:03 left in the first. And for Semptimphelter, it has been an incredible start to his rookie season. First-year pro out of the University of North Dakota. Couldn't have asked for a much better start. The numbers are sensational for Semptimphelter. 5-3 record, 1.49 goals against average, 941 save percentage. He is one of the league's best. Face off to his right. Gladiators win that face-off. They'll thread it to the left wing where Francis takes a check at the blue line from Jordan. Not before dumping it in. Cipolone gets to work on the end wall, and Francis is going to head to the bench. On comes Burns. Meanwhile, Jacksonville able to rip the puck away at the end wall. They turn up ice. Jordan centering feed, intercepted by Burns. Turned over to Grando in the near corner. Burns hustling, trying to get that one back. Working with Alex Young. They do just that. Nolan reels it in on the far half wall. Has Burns down the middle. Gains center circle. Brushes it towards his left for Furiolo. Pulls up, has a trailer. Nolan returns it to Furiolo. Puts a shot on goal. Stopped by Ratzlaff. Rebound scooped up by Burns. Drops it off. Nydchuk to the middle looking for Scardita, and he can't get a shot away. Burns keeps it in at the line. Nolan spinning. Centers it for Burns. Tries to split two Icemen. Gets held up a little bit. Can't get a shot off as well. And now the Icemen will escape their own zone. 6:55 left in the first. Right down the middle. Johnson to Petosha. Takes a shot. Blocker saves Semptimphelter. Puck plops down on the far wall. Is sent to the end wall. Johnson backhand pass. Off the side of the net. Petosha scrambles for it. Nolan now meets Oleski. Up to the far corner. Petosha's got it. Moves it from low to high. Zaprika up top. Oleski can't keep it in the zone. Tried to feather it on a one-touch pass to Kandata, but escaped the zone, and both teams get a chance to get a change in as Jacksonville is forced to reset. Bykov dumps it back to Kandata. Dangerously, didn't have a nice hand on the puck as Walter was lurking. Forced to pump it down, and no icing as it's snatched up by Les. Drops it off for Boudon. Slingshots him into action. Feeds it right side. Walter is there. Drops it back to the Frenchman. From low to high they go. Bouncing puck. Leaps over the stick of Les. He's forced back out to center as Conroy drives it back in. Ratzlaff leads it. Geraldo up the wall and out to center. Contested puck in front of the scorer's table. Sylvester leans into it, tries to dig his way back into Jacksonville territory. Walter there as well. Iceman free it from the wall. Dunkley has it as he turns up ice. Drifting towards his left, pounds it to the end wall. Semptimphelter is there, and a whistle blows with 5:20 left in the first period. Faceoff coming back out to the neutral zone. Sean Teagle, head coach of the Icemen, looks on as Matt Ginn, head coach for the Gladiators, surveys as well. Icemen win the ensuing faceoff. Spets from the right wing knocks it to the neutral zone. Jarvis gloves it down. Icemen spit it to the end wall. Septenfelter gets a stick on it and navigates the puck over to the far corner. Icemen center, one-timer, goes over the cage. That shot was taken by Red Savage. Gladiators able to muscle back out to center. Icemen fling it back in. Septenfelter out to plate again. This time moves on his forehand to Jarvis, who gathers it in the near corner. Lynn throws a reverse hit on Brown. Those two go tumbling into the near half wall. And now everybody tries to get a piece of the puck with 4:35 left in the first. Puck leaks over to the left side. Spets tries to rip a shot. Nice play by Yoder to tie him up. Puck out the center, developing 2-on-1, but McNamee couldn't quite handle it. Now on the right side, it's Savage. Dangling to the circle. Backhand chance, fought off by Septenfelter. And we get a whistle here with 4:20 to go. Timeout on the ice. We'll take one as well. Atlanta 1, Jacksonville nothing. We're back in a moment here in North Florida.
Feels like everyone's trying to copy the $5 biggie bag. So how could he spot a knockoff? It won't taste like Wendy's. This job is easy. When the deal is as fresh as the meal, gotta be Wendy's.
Gladiators lead this one 1-0 with 4:20 left in the first period. Before we left the break, Atlanta got caught for too many men on the ice. Ryan Francis in the box serving that penalty for the Gladiators. And so, Gladiators head to the Beaver, Toyota, and Mazda penalty kill. Jacksonville wins the faceoff to resume live action. Costantini pushes it towards his right to Bykov. Takes in the return feed and fires. Shot goes wide of Septenfelter. Brown keeps the play alive to Costantini at the line. Bykov, right circle, will delay. Won't take a shot, drifting towards the corner. Tries to find Savage and stripped away by Cipollone. Up ice goes Denemy, short-handed. Denemy to the middle for Cipollone. It's a short-handed goal for Joey Cipollone. And Atlanta leads 2-0. Their sixth short-handed goal of the year has doubled their lead. The short-handed magic is back for the Gladiators. Denemy to Cipollone to the back of the net. Atlanta leads by 2.
Atlanta goals for number 71, Joey Cipollone. Assist number 18, Carson.
As they mispronounce Joey Cipollone's name in-house, he is added to his total this season. Cipollone now up to 6 goals on the season, assisted by Carson Denemy, now has point number 4. And the Gladiators now lead 2-0 off their 6th shorthanded goal of the year. Iceman still on the power play here for the next 50 seconds. In on the right side is MacArthur. Gets checked hard by Jarvis. Septenfelter out to play it. Jolts it back to the near half wall where MacArthur and Jarvis are still jostling. Phil Speeder for the puck. Burns there as well. Iceman come away with it. Crane at the line. Feeds it to his right. Quick touch back up top. Spets is there. Over to the left wing to Crane. Gains the circle. Feeds it in front. Backhand drop pass for a one-timer. Is gobbled up by Septenfelter with 2:42 to go in the period and 23 seconds left on the too many men minor. I'll have to go back and look at how many times the Gladiators have scored a shorthanded goal on a too-many-men penalty. It's more than once, I can tell you that, which is interesting. I mean, go figure. But Atlanta's done it again. The shorthanded magic is back. Joey Cipollone is the one who punches it in this time. 2:40 left in the first period. Gladiators win the defensive zone face-off. As Nolan flings it ahead to Scardina on the left wing. He'll fire and score! Ethan Scardina's first professional goal is a shorthanded tally. 3-0 Gladiators. Two shorthanded goals on the same power play. Congratulations, Ethan Scardina. Pro goal number 1 of many. Scardina from Nolan and Conroy has the Gladiators up by 3. And they have made a netminder change. Have the Icemen. Scott Ratzlaff's night is done. 3 goals allowed on 8 shots. In comes Michael Bouillon. Iceman Sky a shot out of play. 2:12 left in the first period. Ratzlaff's night is over, so in comes Bouillon. It's the first time the Gladiators have seen him so far this season. And he's only played in 1 game, made 1 start, 1-0 record, 2.0 and 3 goals against average, .931 save percentage. Stopped 27 of 29. It was a 3-2 win for Jacksonville at Utah on Halloween night. So Bouillon comes in relief of Ratzlaff. Gladiators up by 3. Cipollone from his own end. Flings it to the right side. Francis in the neutral zone. Sidesteps pressure from Oleski. He'll get off for a line change. As Nychuk gains the red line. And lifts the puck into the near corner. Francis pins up his man there. Puck leaks over to Young. From low to high. Furiolo can't quite reel it in, but does get there on the back check. Stop Johnson moving up ice. Puck at center. Spets moves ahead. Drop pass. Dunkley. Shot is stopped by Septenfelter. Sprawls out to make the save. Puck is loose. It ends up in the back of the net. What in the world? Johnson scores 3-1. I don't think I've ever seen a play like that. They might have to take that to review. Get a good look at it here in-house. Initial shot by Dunkley was stopped by Septenfelter. Didn't grab the rebound. Puck was loose for a second. Francis had it. And then somehow it ends up in the back of the net. And Johnson's the one that's celebrating. And from that camera angle, I couldn't really tell you what happened there. They're going to take it to review, though. And I think during reviews, per league rules, they cannot show the replay of the goal any longer, so not to influence the decision by the referees. So there's 1:20 left in the first period. Atlanta scored the first 3. Jacksonville, if they get this one, could end up being big in the outcome of the game, should they find a way to come back. Shot count right now reads 8-10 in favor of the Gladiators. And it is a good goal. So the Icemen do respond.
Good goal.
And it looks like it's going to belong to Colby Johnson.
Iceman goals from number 43, Colby Johnson.
MacArthur
Unassisted.
centers. It's broken up. Johnson's goal is unassisted. 1:20 left. This is Johnson's 3rd goal of the year. Was acquired in a trade from Worcester towards the end of the month of November. Shot from the line goes wide of Semptimphelter. Yoder ties up MacArthur. Walter takes it on the right side, feeds it to Sylvester. Drop pass, broken up. Icemen try and drive towards the net, but Atlanta pitches it back out to the neutral zone. Jarvis takes a check as he lifts it out to center. 30.1 seconds left as the clock stops. Puck goes out of play. Faceoff is going to be in the Gladiator zone. Faceoff to the left of Semptimphelter. Won by Jacksonville. Jordan on the wall, plays it up top. Crane fires wide of Semptimphelter. Puck is snatched up by the Iceman. Duhart walks the line, tries to pitch it to the middle, hits the stick of Denemy, drops it, and now kicks it out to the neutral zone. Odd play, but it gets the job done. 7 seconds left in the first period. Jordan retreats behind Bouillon. And time will drain out on the first period. Atlanta leads by 2. 3-1 your score through 20 minutes. Very healthy and productive first period for the Gladiators. Icemen do get one towards the end of the period to make it a 2-goal game heading into the middle frame as both teams come together a little bit after the buzzer, but they'll be sent to their respective locker rooms as we will head to the first intermission report here on the Gladiators Broadcast Network. We'll talk all about what we just saw here in the first period. Look ahead to period number 2. Take a peek on what our affiliates are up to here tonight. And we'll also take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. All that and a whole lot more coming up next on the Gladiators Broadcast Network. But first, a word from our local sponsors. Atlanta 3, Jacksonville 1. We're back in a moment here on the Gladiators Broadcast Network.
Is $10 off a hit Icemen hat.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the ECHL, celebrating its 38th season of affordable family entertainment. The ECHL would like to thank everyone in attendance for your support of ECHL hockey. The ECHL would also like to recognize the following league sponsors: AMI Graphics, exclusive signage provider; Athletic Knit, official jersey supplier; Baron Rings, official championship ring supplier; BFL Canada Insurance and Sutton Special Risk, sponsors of the 2026 ECHL Hall of Fame induction ceremony; Dash, official mobile auction platform; The Fairley Group, official commercial insurance provider; Flow Sports, exclusive streaming provider; Hotel Planner, official hotel reservations partner; Howie's Hockey Tape, exclusive hockey tape and lace provider; In Glasgow, exclusive puck provider; Prolific One, exclusive secondary ticketing partner; and Warrior, exclusive on-ice equipment provider and title sponsor of the 2026 ECHL All-Star Classic. Catch all of the ECHL action live in high definition by logging on to flowhockey.tv.
Feels like everyone's trying to copy the $5 biggie bag. So how can you spot a knockoff? It won't taste like Wendy's. This job is easy. When the deal is as fresh as the meal, gotta be Wendy's.
Sometimes life's collisions leave us feeling off balance. But at 100% Chiropractic, we know how to get you back on track.
We don't just straighten you out, we empower you. We educate you on how to get to the root cause and give you a play-by-play strategy on how to get you back to 100%.
We even use lasers.
Lasers!
Our $49 first experience includes a complete set of comprehensive chiropractic x-rays, a fit 3D scan, and your first life-changing adjustment.
Visit us and break the ice. Discover the power of chiropractic care at 100%.
When you need inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger. For thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals. And low prices that add up to big savings, like over $600 in digital coupons each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Gwinnett Fire and Emergency Services is ready to answer the call, but we'd rather prevent them. Our free home safety survey includes checking smoke alarms, identifying common hazards, and reviewing your family's home escape plan. Schedule yours today.
Welcome back to Jacksonville to the first intermission report where Atlanta has put up 3 on the Icemen. 3-1 is your score through 20 minutes of play. 2 of those goals for the Gladiators came short-handed on the same penalty kill. Not the first time we've seen that one before. And judging by the way things have gone this season, probably won't be the last. Here's the lowdown on what happened here in the first period. Gladiators got the scoring started and they did not waste any time. 1:02 into the first period. It is Nychuk to Walter, across to Boudon, rips it into the back of the net. Gladiators have the lead. Louis Boudon has his 5th goal of the season, and those 3 for the Gladiators extend their point streaks another day. Now Boudon up to 2 goals and 5 assists in his last 5. Walter, 2 goals and 3 assists in his last 5. Nychuk, 1 goal and 4 assists in his last 4. That trio continues to buzz for Atlanta. That first line looking phenomenal. Gladiators. What's up, Ben? How you doing, man? Everybody's asking where you are. You gonna join me?
Yeah, I'll be on tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. Looking forward to it. Yeah. Just saw Penn Campbell here. I know some of you guys on the YouTube side of things were asking where Penn was. Penn paid us a visit. See him here on the broadcast tomorrow. So the Gladiators took a 1-0 lead on that goal from Boudon. We're cruising for much of the period. Find themselves on the power play, but they are unable to capitalize. And then Atlanta takes a too many men penalty later on in the period, which is a coach's nightmare. Coaches despise a penalty like that, especially a bench minor. Gladiators go to the box. Ryan Francis will serve, and as Francis is sitting there watching everything unfold, Gladiators end up taking a 3-goal lead, and that starts with 3:48 left in the first period. Joey Cipolone off a steal from Carson Denemy, able to put it into the back of the net. Nice play by Denemy to read that play, steal the puck away, move up ice, and notice that Cipolone hustling back to make it a 2-on-1 for the Gladiators shorthanded. Denemy, cross, Cipolone, one-timer. He tickles the twine. Atlanta leads by 2, but hang on a second. 1:19 later, just 79 seconds. Welcome to the show, Ethan Scardina, 2:39. Make that 2:29 left in the first period. Scardina scores his first professional goal, shorthanded on the same penalty kill from Ryan Nolan and Ryan Conroy. The 2 Ryans factor in on Scardina's first pro goal. Welcome to the show, Scardina. He's got his first pro goal, now to 1 goal and 2 assists on the campaign for him. Atlanta leads 3-0, but wait, there's more. 1:09 after that goal happens. 1:20 left in the first period. Jacksonville down by 3. They got to get something going. They put a shot on a nice slingshot pass to Dunkley. The Icemen were powering towards the net. Looked like they were going to get rubbed off the puck between the circles. Then all of a sudden they just poke a little one towards to Dunkley. He was able to swipe in behind the defense and get a good low shot on the left pad of Semtenfelter. TJ makes the kick save. Rebound goes into no man's land between the circles, and then all of a sudden everybody's on their backsides. Puck is loose. Francis had it for a second, then all of a sudden ends up in the back of the net, and the goal goes to Colby Johnson. And so the Jacksonville Icemen get on the board with 1:20 left in the first, and it ends up being a 3-1 Gladiator lead through 20 minutes of play. But outside of that miscue to end the period on the goal from Johnson, is one of the Gladiators' best periods this season. 3 goals in a single period for Atlanta. Matt Ginn and his coaching staff with Zach Fennell got to be very, very happy about how that first period shook out for the Gladiators. Get off to a great start, outplay your opponent for much of the period. Go to the penalty kill, scores 2 shorthanded goals in the Beaver Toyota Mazda penalty kill. Folks, it does not get better than that. And for the Gladiators, that is their third period this season where they have scored 3 goals in a single period. So that matches a season high. They did it in the first period of the Savannah game on November 1st. Gladiators won 4-2 that night, and they did it again in that Wednesday win against South Carolina on the 26th of November. And so for the Gladiators, business is booming in the first period. The offense is rolling. They do only allow that 1 goal on the miscue to Johnson. And so for the Gladiators, pretty much outplayed the Icemen there in the first period. Shot count does read 10-8, though, in favor of Jacksonville, which is odd considering the Icemen rarely outshoot their opponent. They've only outshot their opponent twice so far this season. This is game number 19 for Jacksonville. And so for the Icemen, when they outshoot their opponent, they are 1-1. The Gladiators, when they outshoot their opponent, are 7-2. So we'll keep an eye on that figure as the night goes on. But so far, so good for the Gladiators. Sempton-Felter is top 9 of 10. And for Scott Ratzlaff, he was the goaltender that started the game for the Icemen. He has since been pulled. I do not believe the Gladiators got a shot in on Bouillon, and they did not. So Ratzlaff goes 5 for 8, gets yoinked after the third goal by Scardina. And so now it looks like we will see Michael Bouillon for the rest of the night. Very healthy first period for the Gladiators. When we come back here to Jacksonville, we will talk about what the Gladiators need to do in the second period to continue to pull further and further away from the Icemen in the first game of the 3-3. We'll also take a look and see what our affiliates are up to. The Nashville Predators, our NHL affiliate, are off, but the Milwaukee Admirals are playing in action here tonight in Chicago. So we'll check on them and see how they are doing. We'll throw a chat check in there as well for all of you on the YouTube side. I want to hear from you here tonight. Gladiators are buzzing after the first period. Give me your thoughts on tonight's game as we have a little bit of fun here on a Friday night in North Florida. All that coming up on the other side of the break. It's Atlanta 3, Jacksonville 1. We are back in a moment here on the Gladiators Broadcast Network.
Feels like everyone's trying to copy the $5 biggie bag. So how could he spot a knockoff? It won't taste like Wendy's. This job is easy. When the deal is as fresh as the meal, gotta be Wendy's.
Sometimes life's collisions leave us feeling off balance. But at 100% Chiropractic, we know how to get you back on track.
We don't just straighten you out, we empower you. We educate you on how to get to the root cause and give you a play-by-play strategy on how to get you back to 100%.
We even use lasers.
Lasers!
Our $49 first experience includes a complete set of comprehensive chiropractic x-rays, a fit 3D scan, and your first life-changing adjustment. Visit us and break the ice. Discover the power of chiropractic care at 100%.
When you need inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger. For thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals. And low prices that add up to big savings, like over $600 in digital coupons each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Gwinnett Fire and Emergency Services is ready to answer the call, but we'd rather prevent them. Our free home safety survey includes checking smoke alarms, identifying common hazards, and reviewing your family's home escape plan. Schedule yours today.
Back here in Jacksonville, about 6.5 minutes until second period action starts up here in North Florida. Gladiators lead 3-1. After 20 minutes of play, they get goals from Boudon, Cipollone, and Scardina, the latter two short-handed. And they are off to a great start here tonight to start the 3-game set in 3 days against Jacksonville. So that is our score here today. Let's look and see what our AHL affiliate, the Milwaukee Admirals, are up to as they are taking on the Chicago Wolves here tonight. As I believe that game has not yet started. It is in the Central Time Zone. It will start at 8 o'clock Eastern. So for those of you with Flow Hockey, you can watch that game. Of course, once ours is wrapped up, they should still be going, as it'll be the Admirals and the Wolves going at it here tonight. Milwaukee off to a great start this season. 12-4-2 are the Admirals, taking on the Wolves, who are 9-7-3-1. All that coming up at 8 o'clock p.m., so make sure you check that out. Of course, our NHL affiliate, the Nashville Predators, are off here today. They will play tomorrow, as the Gladiators are playing here tonight in Jacksonville. And then let's take a little bit of a stroll down memory lane, in fact, as Ethan Heider, who's the backup to Semptimphelter here tonight, did not make the trip last time the Gladiators came to this building on the 15th of November, and that was because he was up in Milwaukee and he was earning his first AHL win that night. What a big day it was for Ethan Heider. He ended up stopping 22 of 23 in a 3-1 win over the Texas Stars. Congratulations to Ethan. Certainly happy to see him pick up that win, and we're happy to have him back here in Atlanta. Seems like no matter where Ethan Heider goes, he is universally loved. A great character on and off the ice. He's been great for the Gladiators this season. Tied for second most wins in the ECHL with 7 here this season. So that is the lowdown on what is going on around the affiliation. Let's take a look and see what's going on in the ECHL as we speak, as it's another busy night in the South Division. We will start our journey over in Savannah, not too far from here. Ghost Pirates hosting the Stingrays. Stingrays at 12-7. Ghost Pirates at 6-2-1. And it is the visitors, South Carolina, with a 1-0 lead through 20 minutes of play over at End Market Arena. At Bon Secours Wellness Arena, look out for those Solar Bears. Greenville at 8-7-2, hosting Orlando at 4-12, and it is the Solar Bears with a 2-0 lead over the Swamp Rabbits after 1 period of play. And just getting underway over at the Scope in Norfolk, it is the Admirals hosting the Florida Everblades, who are currently on top of the South Division. So it looks like it's a good night to be the road team in the South Division. South Carolina, Orlando, and of course us in Atlanta, all up on the road here so far tonight. That's the lowdown around the ECHL, particularly the South Division. For the rest of the scores, you can download the Atlanta Gladiators app, or you can download the ECHL app and check the rest of those out for yourselves. Let's take a chat check and see what's going on our YouTube live stream. Happy to hear from everybody here on a Friday night. Having a lot of fun here from Jacksonville. Always good to be on the road. Looks like everybody put in their picks for who is going to score the first goal of the night. And Heather, I think I saw that. That was a late pick there on Lou. I did see him score that goal, and I saw you put in your submission. I'm sorry to call you out like that, but rules are the rules. But you get a shout out anyway, so I guess it all works out. Good to see you, Heather Morrison. Good to see you, Justin Burke. Tracy, Show Mama back in the house on No Bite. Looks like you're a newcomer. Good to see you as well. Adam, Daffy Doo, Sarah Boyer. The gang is all here. Good to see you guys. As we have got April in the house. Justin asked me, how am I doing? I'm doing great. Gladiators up by 2 heading into the second period. Doesn't get better than that. Peach Fuzz asks, nice tie, guy. Where'd you get that one? I got it from my friend. My friend gave it to me. My friend's from Texas. Got a little bit of Gladiator gold in there. Looks like Jared Youngman, the president, is here. Peach Fuzz asks, do I have a personal mustache groomer? Nope. I do it all myself. Fuzzy asks, bet you're going on the Western road trip. I am headed to Utah. Very thankful to be doing so. Looking forward to getting out the Maverick Center. Going to be an awesome time taking on the Utah Grizzlies. And yes, Penn stopped by earlier in the intermission report. He will be joining us tomorrow on the Gladiators Broadcast Network. So tell your ma, tell your pa, tell your friends, tell everybody. Penn Campbell is coming on the broadcast tomorrow. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Joe Mama asked, how do we feel about socks and slides together? I am a fan. I do like to wear socks all the time. Very rare that you catch me without socks. But TMI, not much more out of me on that regard, because we are getting set for second period action here between the Gladiators and the Icemen. So Atlanta wearing their blue jerseys with Gladiator gold trim and Gladiator gold numbers will skate from left to right here in the second period. Icemen wearing their white jerseys with blue numbers and silver trim will skate from right to left in period 2. TJ Sempenfelter stopped 9 of 10 in the first. Scott Ratzlaff, 5 of 8. His night is done. Michael Bouillon will see this one the rest of the way through. Atlanta 3, Jacksonville 1. The second period awaits here in Jacksonville. And so for the Gladiators, it's the third time this season that they have scored 3 goals in a single period. That matches a season high, and it is the second time this season that they have scored 3 goals in a first period. They've done it twice in the first period now and once in the third. They have not done it in the second, so we'll see if they can add some more to their total here in the second period from Jacksonville. Gladiators, when scoring first this season, are 8-2. The Gladiators lead after 1 period of play. They are 5-1. Jacksonville, when trailing after the first period, are 4-5. And for the Icemen, they've been about a middle-of-the-pack kind of team in just about every single category except for shots for and shots against. In those 2 categories, they are towards the bottom of the league, 30th and 26th respectively. So keep an eye on that shot count as the night goes on. Jacksonville is leading it after 1. But Atlanta with 3 goals on the board has to be very happy. We'll see how they fare here in the second. Gladiators send out the same unit at the start of the game here to start the second. McNamee, Denemy, who is the assist on the Cipollone goal, and Lind. Les and Conroy, the 2 blue liners. Amy Palmer asks, any word on when Dylan Carabia will be back? Great question. Was able to speak to Dylan before we left for the road trip. Sounds like he is very close to being back at full strength. He has been skating during practice, is not wearing the non-contact jersey anymore, which is good. Looks like he's getting better and better practice by practice, so hopefully he will be back very, very soon. And it looks like they are tending to the crease in front of Bouillon before we drop the puck here in the second period. So you got one of the linesmen down there scrubbing at it with a puck. Might be a rivet or a divot down there somewhere. They pass that up. 2 of the great members of our staff might know a thing or 2 about that. Trevor Wimmer, Director of Ticket Sales. Alex Hobbs, Manager of Service and Retention. Both referees in their spare time. I have to ask them about it when we get a chance on how those patch-ups really work. But until then, we are ready for second period action. McNamee against Duhart will get us restarted here with all the action. Icemen win the opening face-off of period 2. They'll jolt it into Gladiator ice as this crowd tries and finds a way to will the Icemen back into this game. Shot goes off, sticking into the far corner. Duhart keeps the play alive at the line. Now it's ripped away. Here's Lind through the neutral zone. Lind moving with Conroy, drops it back for a shot. That is blocked by Spets. Puck rolls behind the net. Bouillon will look onward. And now it is Beraldo stationed behind the cage, looking to start the next breakout for Jacksonville. Icemen start their next breakout. Spets on the right wing, ships it to center. Glads break it up, 2-on-2 up ice. Walter with Boudon. Walter rumbers down the right wing, cuts in tight. Bouillon would not be fooled. He's able to put his stick out there for a poke check. And that's exactly how Walter scored the game winner on Saturday, except this time he was coming on his backhand as a shot by Costantini turned away by the stick of Sempenfelter. Get it up top to the line. Jordan looks onward, plays it to the right circle for a shot by Brown that is blocked by Nychuk. Puck will go down to the end wall. Costantini is there, pinned up by Furiolo, the product of Army West Point. Icemen able to strip it away. From low to high they go. Jordan a shot wide of Sempenfelter. Tischke grabs the rebound. From low to high they go again. Jordan to the left circle. Tischke in front. Great block by Boudon. Goes down to one knee to make sure that shot never made its way to Sempenfelter. At the line, Bykov to Jordan. Shot into the gullet of Simptonfelter. He will pause the game. Just a couple of seconds. That 8 seconds, under 2 minutes gone by in the second period. And for Jacksonville, that was probably their best sequence of offensive zone time so far in today's game. It's been rough for them in the first period. Gladiators really outplayed the Icemen in the first period. Good shit for Jacksonville. Had me double checking that the Gladiators were not on the Huberto and Mazda penalty kill. It was 5-on-5 action as Young squirms in deep, gets to the end wall. It's taken down a bit. No call there. Jacksonville out the center. Here is Dunkley. Right down the middle, drifting towards his right, peels up at the half wall, moving with Bykov. Gladiators spar it back out the center. Great play by Andrew Jarvis, the alternate captain. Jacksonville forced to retrieve. Spets jolted to the neutral zone for Dunkley. Checked hard by Yoder. Atlanta with the puck. Young springs into action. From the right circle, fires. Shot is stopped by Bouillon. Rebound to Cipolone. Backhand chance. Kick save by the left toe of Bouillon. Icemen come back up ice. They pelt the puck into the near corner. MacArthur is there on his forehand. Chips it down low to Dunkley. On his forehand. Rides up the wall. Drops it off. Ronaldo in tight. Gladiators able to keep it out of the crease. Nolan is there now. Moving down the right wing, feeds it to the middle for Conroy. Just a tad offline. He'll head to the bench. And check that, he will stay out there, Conroy will. Period of the long change. Gladiators work in deep. Burns on his forehand. Pinned up against the near half wall. Tries to jolt it to the line for less. It does, but the defenseman fumbles at the blue line. Gladiators are forced to reset at center. Katosha takes it off the stick of Scardina. Catapults it below the goal line, where it's retrieved by Conroy, and he is jousted off the puck by Johnson. Shot from the left point by Condata. Swallowed up by Simptonfelter, and afterwards, tempers flare. Conroy not very happy. As he's got a nice grin on his face, talking to Oleski. 16-16 left in the second. Gladiators will get a line change in. Icemen opting for a new personnel group as well. As over the boards for the Gladiators comes the line of McNamee, Lind, and Denemy. Face off on the near circle as Duhart, Rando, and Crane are the three forwards for Jacksonville. McNamee to take this face off. It's to the corner. Grando steps in for Jacksonville. Locates Crane behind the cage. Back to Grando. Puck jumbles in front. In the slot. Chance there. Denied for Duhart. Now McNamee on the left wing. Finds Denemy in the near corner. Puck loose behind the cage. Pushed out to center by Jacksonville. Grando weaves his way into Gladiator ice. On the right wing shot, blocked away by Simptonfelter. Rebound to Denemy on the near wall. Gets it to the line, but not out. Duhart crunched by McNamee. Denemy steps in and pushes the puck out to the neutral zone and a little bit more. Tischke will have it for Jacksonville. It will locate Jordan. Drifting towards his left, pumps it to the neutral zone off the stick of Crane. Simptonfelter out to play it from his own end wall. And Simptonfelter almost has it stripped away and does. Iceman from low to high, shot by Shaprika. Simptonfelter back into position, able to make the save. Good steal there for the Iceman. Good play by Grando. Walter now on the left wing, moves to his forehand. Backhands it down low. Bouillon out to play it. Almost turns it over to Boudon. Gladiators on the forecheck, putting in some good work. Boudon in the left corner. Plays it down low. Walter centers, one-timer by Sylvester, flubs off his stick. Here's Costantini, moving up ice, loses the puck. Septenfelter looks onwards as Sylvester able to strip it away. Walter, right wing, takes a shot off the side of the cage. Now it is Condada dropping it off for Savage, but the Icemen are offside on that sequence. 14:23 left in the second. Well, Septenfelter didn't really have to do anything on that last play. Just got a chance to look as Sylvester made his way back on the back check, able to strip the puck away after the turnover. Gladiators lead by 2, 3-1 your score. All goals coming back in the first period. 2 of them shorthanded for the Gladiators. Conroy volleys it through the neutral zone. Icing on Atlanta. We'll pay another visit to Septenfelter. For the Gladiators goalies this season, it's been a rotational basis. When both are in town, Septenfelter got back-to-back starts, but Hyder was in Milwaukee during the Gladiators' road trip to South Carolina and here in Jacksonville. It's likely that we see Ethan Hyder tomorrow. Face off to the right of Septenfelter. Puck pinballs onto the stick of Conroy. Flies through the neutral zone, tries to plug it to his left, but Atlanta offside. And so we get another whistle with 14:09 left in the second. Faceoff will be in front of the Gladiators bench. Head coach Matt Ginn looks on, and he has got to be an early candidate for Coach of the Year. Has his Gladiators up to 12-4. And they show no signs of slowing down, especially with a 3-1 lead here in this one. Young on the right wing, blasts it by Bouillon. Onto the left wing, Cipollo, and over skates. Dunkley steps in, scrambles out to the neutral zone. Able to drop it off for Bykov. Weaving on in, rushes it left side. MacArthur from the circle, fires. Low shot is stopped by Septenfelter. Cipollo moves up ice 2-on-2 with Young. On the right wing, gets closed in on by Condada. Stepping in with the puck is Beraldo. Feeds it to the right side. Wanted Oleski. Burns gets in front of it. Young rips it away. Left wing, Young on a swivel. Holds and fires off the stick of Beraldo. And out of play with 13:24 on the clock. Timeout on the ice. We'll take one as well. No goals so far here in the second period. Atlanta still leads 3-1 here in Jacksonville. We're back in just a moment.
Desserts are popping up on Crumbles, man. More than just cookies.
Feels like everyone's trying to copy the $5 biggie bag. So how could you spot a knockoff? It won't taste like Wendy's. This job is easy. When the deal is as fresh as the meal, gotta be Wendy's.
Gotta be fresh.
Here at Five-Star Veterans Memorial Arena, Atlanta leads by 2. 3-1 is the score. Gladiators are 1-1 in this building this season. All 3 games of the season series to this point have been played here in Jacksonville, but the scene will shift to Duluth on Sunday after the middle game of the 3-game set is played here tomorrow. These 2 teams will meet 13 times this season. As Jacksonville slithers in on the left side, Patosha around the goal on his forehead. Pops up at the line, pushes it to his left. Hischke a shot. Snapped up by Septenfelter. And he will freeze. Faceoff will be to his right. And this crowd is urged to get louder, but been a tough night for them. Gladiators have done a nice job of taking them out of this game. Icemen win the face-off. Jordan pushes a shot wide. Rebound to the near corner. Clearing attempt held in by Jordan. Plugged to the end wall. Furiolo checked off the puck by the Iceman. Oleski there, and now here comes Nychuk on the right wing. Nychuk in tight, tries to take a shot. It's blocked. Furiolo loses an edge at the blue line. Causes an Iceman to slide down. That was Grando. Puck eventually makes its way to Semptimfelter. Nychuk flies up ice on the left wing. Goes around the goal. Finds McNamee on the right wing. Yoder from the line takes a shot. Stopped by Bouillon. Puck trickles through center. Yoder back to retrieve. Turns it over. Here's Duhart. Looks to center. Yoder gets a stick on it there. Able to make up for the turnover. And now here is Lind up ice. Developing 3-on-2. Lind a shot steered away by Bouillon. Out of play with 12:02 left in the second. Face-off will be to the right of Bouillon. McNamee will take this face-off. Up against Christopher Brown for Jacksonville, and that is a guy that is well known in these parts. The all-time Jacksonville leading scorer, 102 goals, 140 assists, 242 points in 342 games entering tonight. Brown in his 6th season here in Jacksonville. Up against Kalen Lind as McNamee is tossed out of the dot. And Brown will win it, the veteran against the rookie. Lind on the forecheck, though, does create a turnover. Pops it over to McNamee, down below the goal line. He's mobbed by Saprika. Lind jams in there to help out. It's dragged down. Domino effect, so do 2 more Icemen fall. But it ends up being no penalty, and the Icemen are offside as they work their way up ice. 11:40 left in the second. And for Jacksonville, scoring has not been their forte so far this season. The Icemen average is 2.5 goals for per game. That's 24th most in the league. Gladiators average about 3. Middle of the pack, right dead in the middle at 15. And that number should go up no matter how this game shakes out for the Gladiators. And Sylvester drops it off. Boudon takes it in flight. The Frenchman tries to cut towards the goal. It's closed in on by Spetz, who makes a nice defensive play. Ends up turning it over, though, to Walter. Keeping the play alive. Finds Conroy. Jolts it to the right corner for Les. Les along the wall. Jabs it to Boudon. Walter has it, dangles to the corner, and on his forehand, pivots away from Brown. Walter continues to deke, duck, and dive along the wall. Finds Conroy up top, he levels it down low to Boudon. Helps the play along. Conroy now pops out on the far side. On his backhand goes cross ice. Sylvester couldn't quite get there. Nice active stick by Costantini. Breaks up what would have been cross ice pass for what could have been a one-timer from the captain. Now Conroy over the red line, feeds it right side for Cipolone. Fresh off the bench, digs his way in deep. Spetz meets it at the end wall, flips it to the near side. Nychuk keeps the play alive. Dumps it down from corner to corner. Icemen this time pound it through center. Here's Dunkley on the right wing. Center's broken up by the stick of Semptimfelter. Puck goes behind the netminder. Dunkley is there on his backhand, able to prod it to Condada. Running along the wall, turns it over to Young. He'll jab it down deeper in hopes that Nychuk will get there. Ends up springing back to Condada. His shot goes high and wide. Rebound held up top by Beraldo. They'll sauce it down low from the end wall. MacArthur to the right wing, shot by Beraldo. Snapped up by Semptimfelter, 9:41 to go. Gladiators still lead it 3-1. Timeout on the ice. We'll take one as well. We're back in just a moment here on the Gladiators Broadcast Network.
Emergency Services is ready to answer the call, but we'd rather prevent them. Our free home safety survey includes checking smoke alarms, identifying common hazards, and reviewing your family's home escape plan. Schedule yours today.
Gladiators lead 3-1. 9:41 left in the second period. All the goals so far here tonight have come back in the first period, and so it seems that after a bit of a run and gun first period, more of a defensive-minded second. Icemen leading the shot count 17-13 to this point. And so Atlanta has been outshot 7-5 here so far in the second period. Face off to the left of Septemfelter will restart play. Scardina scored his first pro goal short-handed back in the first period. Wins the face-off to Nolan, who stumbles on the right wing and loses the puck. Condada on the left wing, gains the attacking line, locates Dunkley, and Yoder gets in between those two and sandwiches them at the end wall, able to strip the puck away to Nolan, who turns it over to Condada. Point to point they go. Geraldo a shot, glove save Septemfelter, the rebound available, shot is blocked, and the rebound is sent away by Septemfelter. MacArthur crashing down, had a couple of good chances. Now the puck will go out of play on the far side with 9:01 to go. And both teams will get a line change in. So the initial shot by MacArthur was blocked by a bundle of players in front of Septemfelter. The second chance did make its way to the netminder. He was able to punch it away. The great save. Keeps the 2-goal game face off to his left. Gladiators win the defensive zone face-off. Rotated to the right wing, McNamee on the move. Gets below the right circle, goes around the net on the backhand. Spins to his forehand at the half wall. Sauces it down low to Lind. Around he goes to Conroy on the near corner. Just a pivot away from Brown. Gets checked off the puck. Jacksonville will clear. No penalties on the board here in the middle frame as well. As Conroy streaks up ice. Makes his way to the end wall, chops it to McNamee on the near side. Wants to drop it off to Lind. Play is forced to the corner by Brown. And now the puck will leak out of the zone again as Nychuk beats out Costantini to the puck. Contested puck at center. Lind tries to drive his way into Jacksonville ice. Iceman won't let him. And so they'll flag it down and send it to Septemfelter, who pushes it softly to Nychuk. Stretch pass on the money. Breakaway for Sylvester. He fires wide. Great look for the captain, fresh off the bench. Nychuk saw it and had him, but the captain just didn't hit the net there. Meanwhile, Boudon tries to bat the puck out of the air and volley it towards the net. Ends up riding to the line, and Denemy keeps it in. Heads to the bench. On comes Walter to complete the line change. Walter getting to work in the far half wall. Iceman swatted out to center. Johnson takes it on the move, and the Icemen are offside. He was a step ahead of Batosha, who tried to drop the puck back too. You think back to that play for Sylvester. Great awareness from Nychuk. From deep in his own end, seeing Sylvester riding the blue line, cherry picking there a little bit. Able to hit him with that pass on the money, right on the tape, and Sylvester's out to the races. And wanted to go low on the near side and just didn't end up working out for the captain. The interesting thing about Michael Bouillon is he does catch right. The shot by Yoder goes high and wide, and so it seems out of play. Clock stops, 7:13 left in the second. So Sylvester, normally on a chance like that, he's firing for low glove, but since Bouillon does catch right, it was low blocker. But nonetheless, didn't hit the net. Doesn't quite matter anyway, but you have to wonder if the mindset of a shooter changes when you get a goaltender that catches right. I would assume probably not all that much, but never know. Might be a question worth asking. As a penalty is drawn by Jarvis, hooking is going to be the call, and it looks like it's going against Jacksonville. I believe it is going to be Brody Crane going to the box. So it is just the third penalty of the night. Second on Jacksonville. Gladiators to the eco-electric power play with 7:02 left in the second period. So they have a chance to get their 3-goal lead back, which they did not have for very long in the first period. Only had it for 79 seconds. Icemen win the defensive zone face-off and get it to the line. Furiolo keeps it alive, but second effort by Brown jabs it out to center. So Atlanta 0 for 1 on the man advantage so far here tonight. Looking to make that 1 for 2. Atlanta, when they score a power play goal this season, are a perfect 6-0. Nolan from the right point, settles the puck down, goes cross ice to McNamee. Active stick gets in front of it. Is pushed to the far corner. Cipollone from low to high has Furiolo. Now right side, Nolan drops it down. Lind back up top. Furiolo holds. Locates Nolan. Right circle shot. Stopped by Bouillon. They crash the crease. And he's got it. He'll freeze with 6:15 left in the second. 1:13 left on the Atlanta power play. And it looks like Atlanta getting a personnel change here. On comes the first unit. Sylvester, Nychuk, Boudon, Walter, and Young. And they're going to move this face-off out to the neutral zone. So, tough break for Atlanta there. But they do win the draw. Nychuk squirms it on the right side. Down the wall, tries to cut to the slot. Puck is forced to the perimeter. Nice play there by Red Savage. At the line, Sylvester holds. Feeds it to Nychuk, drifting on in. Has a man down low, and the centering feed was off the stick of Condada to the near corner. Boudon back up top to Nychuk, drifting towards his left. Will fire. Puck is stopped in front. Good block there for Condada. Sylvester at the right point. Drifts towards his left. Finds Nychuk. Fake the one-timer. Down goes Boudon. And in the slot, Walter fans on the howitzer. They keep the play alive, though. 26 seconds left on the power play. Nychuk from the line. Drifts to the high slot and fires. Shot is blocked by Savage. Nychuk's got his own rebound. Slowly works the line. Feeds it down low. The deflection by Walter. Stopped by Bouillon. And the Icemen will clear. And that should just about do it for this Atlanta power play. Really good looks there for them, but they just can't find a way to punch it in. So we're back to full strength. Atlanta 0 for 2 on the eco-electric power play tonight. Conroy at the line, sauces it to his left, no one's there, so gets back to it, swats it to the left wing corner. Iceman able to get in front of that as Tischke rainbows it through the neutral zone, wide of Septemfelter, icing on Jacksonville, 4:39 on the clock. Faceoff will be to the right of Bouillon. The McNamee line out there. He will take the faceoff against Dunkley. Jacksonville wins that face-off. McNamee from the half wall. Springs it to the goal line. Grabbed by Tischke. Lynn steps in. Gets puck possession back for Atlanta. Volleys it to Les. Leaves the return feed for McNamee. Down below the goal line, he connects with Denemy. Right point, Conroy fakes the shot. Drifts towards his left. Evades MacArthur. Flings it to the slot. And it is directed wide. Les at the line. Pelts it off the left wing wall. Nobody home. Geraldo steps in for Jacksonville. They swat it to the point and now out the center. Denemy comes right back in. Feeds it to the middle. Lind is there. Back door. McNamee can't punch it in. Did a bit of a flyby and just couldn't shove it into the back of the net. Conroy to the left side. One-timer. Young. Fought off by Bouillon. Sprawls out like a starfish to make the save. And freezes with 3:45 to go. A couple of really good looks for the Gladiators on the power play, and then a few more on the shifts afterward. They're looking really, really good right now, and they're looking to add to that 2-goal lead. Atlanta 3, Jacksonville 1 when we come back to VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena.
Feels like everyone's trying to copy the $5 biggie bag. So how could you spot a knockoff? It won't taste like Wendy's. This job is easy. When the deal is as fresh as the meal, gotta be Wendy's.
Glats fans, Flow Hockey is your home for Gladiators hockey all season long. Watch any game live or on demand as long as you've got internet connection on your TV, your phone, your tablet, your PC. Catch every single game on flowhockey.tv. If you don't already have a subscription, head on over and get started today. We've got a good contest here in Jacksonville. Face out to the right of Bouillon will get us started again. Atlanta scored the first 3. Jacksonville on the stick of Johnson late in the first period. It did a 2-goal game, and that is where we have been ever since. Out there now for the Gladiators is the Young, Cipollone, and Francis line. We're going to start coming up with names for these lines, so maybe submit a suggestion in the YouTube live chat. But this line has looked really good for the Gladiators, and they complement each other really well. I mean, the decision-making from Young, the playmaking from Cipollone, the speed and the vision from Francis. I mean, he put all 3 together, and it really is a perfect blend for the Gladiators, and should be no surprise that these 3 have been really productive as of late. Jacksonville wins the face-off to get it to the line. Young able to get a stick on it. Now it's contested on the far wall. Ends up springing deeper, and so careening to the end wall goes Cipollone, working with Young. Francis steps in, keeps puck possession on the right wing. Puts it to the slot. Young tries to flag it down, fires wide of Bouillon. Cipollone skates into it into the near corner. Francis is upended by Grando at the half wall. Springs back to his feet. Atlanta keeps the puck. Yoder at the right point tries to slam it back down deeper. The Icemen are able to muscle out the center and a little bit more. On the left wing, Francis evades a check from Jordan. The Iceman defenseman is able to lift the puck out the center, which is now contested in front of the Jacksonville bench. Make that the Atlanta bench. Yoder plays the puck with a high stick, and so that stops time with 2:38 left in the second. And so we'll see a face-off near Semptimphelter. Shot count now reads 19-19, even, and so Semptimphelter has not seen a lot of work as of late. Gladiators have done a really good job of playing north, one of the 3 keys to the game, presented by Beaver Toyota Mazda, with head coach Matt Ginn. Spent a lot of time in the Jacksonville zone as of late. Off the faceoff, Boudon able to wrestle it out to center. Speeds into action on the right wing. Tries to get around Condada. Stood up on the entry. Puck knocked down low to Sylvester. The captain on his forehead. Trying to find an open man and does. Has Nychuk. And now we get a penalty here with 2:17 left in the period. And it's going to go against Jacksonville. 2:17 left in the period. Atlanta back to the Eco-Electric power play. Jordan to the box. Or make that Johnson. Beg your pardon. One of the newest members of the Icemen will take a seat. Acquired in the trade from Worcester towards the end of the month. Colby Johnson on the way to the goal here today. Acquired in the trade on the 24th of the month, so Atlanta back to the Eco-Electric power play. He takes a seat for boarding. Sylvester from the right point plays it over to Nychuk. Turn to the captain. Those two will trade places. Right circle, Boudon reels it in. Brought it back to Nychuk. Takes it back in. Boudon, a sharp angle shot. Hugging the post was Bouillon. He keeps it out with 2:01 left in the second. So a third chance on the Eco-Electric power play for the Gladiators. They're hoping that the third time is the charm. 2 for 6 on Sunday against Greenville. Face off on the near circle. First unit out there, Young, Walter, Boudon, Sylvester, Nychuk. And again, just like they did to start the period, they're going to take a look at the blue paint in front of Bouillon. And this is interesting. They're really giving it a good pat. See if they can smooth out whatever divot is in that blue paint, but whatever it is, it seems to be bothering Bouillon. So they get it all solved. The Gladiators look to score on the power play for the third straight game. Off the face-off, Atlanta wins it. Nychuk at the line. And will hold it at the left point. Feeds it to the right for Walter. Next with Sylvester. They trade places below the right circle. Walter around the net, tries to stuff it in. And it's batted to the far wall by the Icemen. Drop pass in tight. Below the goal line to the slot. Mopped up by Bouillon. 1:41 to go. Icemen out for a personnel change. Costantini, Spets, Jordan, and Dunkley out there on the PK for Jacksonville. Atlanta's won another faceoff. Nychuk sauces it to Young. Alex Young unloads a shot in and out of the glove of Bouillon, and the Icemen will clear. 1:25 left in the period, 1:06 left on the boarding penalty to Johnson. Boudon slithers in on the right side, leaves it for Young. They'll go around the net on the left wing, drops it off to Nychuk. Cross ice, Boudon, top of the right circle. As a man down low, it is Sylvester. Back up top he goes to Nychuk. Puts it back door, looking for Boudon from his knees. Can't pound it in. Sylvester down to Boudon. One-timer by Walter is blocked by Jordan. Rebound goes to Sylvester. Nychuk fakes the shot, finds Sylvester. Cross-ice feed, glove down by Young. He gets hauled down in the slot. Back door, they score! Isaac Walter punches it in. 4-1 Atlanta with 39.6 left in the second. And it's a power play goal for Walter. That is power play goals in 3 straight games for the Gladiators. What a play by Young to glove that puck down, got dragged down, and it looked like the play might have been over at that point. Able to force it to his right. Good touch pass by Boudon to Walter, and that is how it shakes out. Walter with the score, now to a goal and an assist here tonight. Atlanta scores on the power play, and special teams are buzzing here tonight for the Gladiators. And they still continue to press. Conroy at the right point tries to sidestep the pressure from Savage. Did it once, but not twice. Savage and company get out the center, and the Icemen are offside. Duhart tried to straddle the line, but with 8.2 left on the clock, we'll pause again. So Alex Young with the assist. They really kept that play alive. Able to find Boudon, who goes backdoor to Walter. He slams it in. And now Alex Young with 2 goals and 2 assists in his last 3. Has a nice little point streak of his own going. Time winds out on the second period. Atlanta leads 4-1.
At the end of the second period,
The Gladiators continue to roll. Through 40 minutes of play, they lead the Icemen 4-1. They lead the shot count 22-19. Atlanta is up big by 3. Look to close it out in the third period. We'll talk all about it on the second intermission report. We'll recap the first 2 periods, look ahead to period 3. We'll also take a look at the affiliate scoreboard, what the Admirals are doing. We'll also take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard here in the South Division, what's going on around the division. All that and a whole lot more. Want to hear your thoughts on our YouTube live stream. Comment your thoughts down below in the live chat. We'll get to it on the other side of the break when we do our chat check coming up here on the second intermission report. Atlanta leads by 3. Gladiators 4, Icemen 1. When we come back here on the Gladiators Broadcast Network.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the ECHL, celebrating its 38th season of affordable family entertainment. The ECHL would like to thank everyone in attendance for your support of ECHL hockey. The ECHL would also like to recognize the following league sponsors: AMI Graphics, exclusive signage provider; Athletic Knit, official jersey supplier; Baron Rings, official championship ring supplier; BFL Canada Insurance and Sutton Special Risk, sponsors of the 2026 ECHL Hall of Fame induction ceremony; Dash, official mobile auction platform; The Fairley Group, official commercial insurance provider; Flow Sports, exclusive streaming provider; Hotel Planner, official hotel reservations partner; Howie's Hockey Tape, exclusive hockey tape and lace provider; In Glasgow, exclusive puck provider; Prolific One, exclusive secondary ticketing partner; and Warrior, exclusive on-ice equipment provider and title sponsor of the 2026 ECHL All-Star Classic. Catch all of the ECHL action live in high definition by logging on to flowhockey.tv.
Feels like everyone's trying to copy the $5 biggie bag. So how can you spot a knockoff? It won't taste like Wendy's. This job is easy. When the deal is as fresh as the meal, gotta be Wendy's.
Sometimes life's collisions leave us feeling off balance. But at 100% Chiropractic, we know how to get you back on track. We don't just straighten you out, we empower you. We educate you on how to get to the root cause and give you a play-by-play strategy on how to get you back to 100%. We even use lasers. lasers. Our $49 first experience includes a complete set of comprehensive chiropractic x-rays, a fit 3D scan, and your first life-changing adjustment. Visit us and break the ice. Discover the power of chiropractic care at 100%.
When you need inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger. For thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals. And low prices that add up to big savings, like over $600 in digital coupons each week, and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Gwinnett Fire and Emergency Services is ready to answer the call, but we'd rather prevent them. Our free home safety survey includes checking smoke alarms, identifying common hazards, and reviewing your family's home escape plan. Schedule yours today.
Gladiators have had an excellent night so far. 4-1 is your score after 2 periods of play. Atlanta up by 3 over the Icemen, looking to close this one out, win their 4th game in a row, and take the first game of the 3-game set. Guy Chiarenza here from ViStar Veterans Memorial Arena. This one's been a fun one, especially if you're a fan of the Atlanta Gladiators, and especially if you're a fan of goals. Gladiators haven't really been known for their goal-scoring prowess this season, mostly known for their defensive side and what they've been able to accomplish in between the pipes as well. But for the Gladiators here, 4 on the board. Gotta love what you see. Looking to close this one out on the road, as you know, every night you get 2 points on the line. It all ends up being the same. 2 points is 2 points, but there is just something special about picking up 2 points on the road, as it's a bit tougher to do than it is at home. And so if you're the Gladiators, you think this being the first game of 5 out of the next 6 being on the road, yeah, if you can pick up 2 points here in Jacksonville, you certainly will take that one. And so far, so good for the boys in blue. And they got it started really early on, 1:02 into the first period. Louis Boudon scores his 5th goal of the season from Walter and Nychuk to make it a 1-0 Gladiator lead early. And those 3 continue to buzz. Talked about him in the open. Boudon now with the goal on that sequence, extended his point streak to 5 games. Walter, 5-game point streak as well. More on him in a moment. And Chad Nychuk extends his point streak to 4 games. That trio has been sensational for the Gladiators, along with Alex Young, who we'll also touch on in a second. But for the Gladiators, it really feels like now they're starting to hit their stride. Their playmakers are making plays, and the depth that they have on their roster is chipping in when needed. Case in point, the next goal that the Gladiators scored, 3:48 left in the first period. It is Dedemy creating a nice turnover at his own blue line, able to take it up ice, locate Cipolone moving up on a 2-on-1. Dedemy pushes it across, Cipolone bangs it in. It is a Gladiator goal to make it 2-0, shorthanded. And Atlanta would not stop there. 1:19 later. Atlanta back on the board. It's another shorty. Conroy to Nolan to Scardina. Nice shot that goes into the far corner of the net. Scardina's got his first professional goal. 2 shorthanded goals on the same penalty kill for the Gladiators. That is a great night on the Beaver Toyota Mazda penalty kill for Atlanta. Second time this season that they have scored 2 shorthanded goals on the same penalty kill. Atlanta led by 3, but not for long. 1:09 afterwards, 1:20 left in the first period. And is the Icemen finally getting on the board? What a wacky goal. And they do this little slingshot play where it looks like a play is going to end. Gladiators defense has it covered in the slot. They're able to slow down the attacker moving towards the net, and all of a sudden they just chip it forward a little bit, and there is Dunkley streaking in behind the defense, getting a nice shot in on the left pad of Sempenfelter. That minor does make the save, but the rebound available. Everybody's moving around like bowling pins, and the next thing you know, puck's in the back of the net. Goal does belong to Caleb Johnson for Jacksonville, or excuse me, Colby Johnson. Colby, don't call me Caleb Johnson. Puts it in the back of the net. Colby Johnson has his 2nd goal as an Iceman, his 3rd of the year. He was acquired in a trade from Worcester from Macaulay Carson on November 24th. And so game number 5 with Jacksonville finds his 2nd goal. That made it a 2-goal game, 3-1 heading into the second period. It's a bit of a slower pace in the middle frame, but the Gladiators did some really good things. Got a couple more chances on the power play, able to move the puck around quite well. and did have some good plays where they had some sustained offensive zone time. And so you go back to the keys to the game presented by Beaver Toyota Mazda. Talking with head coach Matt Ginn, one of the keys was to play a north style of game. Essentially what that means is you're just playing in the Icemen zone more than you play in your own. You want to be playing a south game. You want to play in your own zone. You want to play up ice. You want to play in Jacksonville territory. And that's what they did for much of the second period. And as a result of that, it all comes to a head at the bottom of the period. Glasses to the power play. And it is Atlanta getting the score. 39 seconds left in the period. It is Isaac Walter firing home a shot backdoor from Louis Boudon, but that play does not happen without the vision and the playmaking from Alex Young. Puck goes up into the air. Young able to glove it down, get it to his stick, and as he's doing so, gets dragged down by two Icemen, gets caught in a sandwich there, and somehow diving is able to knock it to Boudon. Louis takes care of it, finds Walter backdoor on the far circle. He bangs it in, and now Walter has a multi-point game to the tune of 1 goal and 1 assist. Louis Boudon, same stat line. Alex Young extends his point streak to 3 games, and the Gladiators have been buzzing. So, Atlanta leads 4-1 through 2 periods of play. We come back here on the Gladiators Broadcast Network. We will look ahead to period 3, take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. That includes our affiliates up in Milwaukee, who are taking on the Chicago Wolves here tonight. We'll also take a peek at what is going on in the South Division as well, as it looks like it's a good night to be on the road in the South Division. All that coming up on the other side of the break. Atlanta 4, Jacksonville 1, when we return to VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena here in Jacksonville.
And let's take a moment to celebrate all the alerts tonight.
Feels like everyone's trying to copy the $5 biggie bag. So how could you spot a knockoff? It won't taste like Wendy's. This job is easy. When the deal is as fresh as the meal, gotta be Wendy's.
Sometimes life's collisions leave us feeling off balance. But at 100% Chiropractic, we know how to get you back on track.
We don't just straighten you out, we empower you. We educate you on how to get to the root cause and give you a play-by-play strategy on how to get you back to 100%.
We even use lasers.
Lasers!
Our $49 first experience includes a complete set of comprehensive chiropractic x-rays, a fit 3D scan, and your first life-changing adjustment. Visit us and break the ice. Discover the power of chiropractic care at 100%.
When you need inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger. For thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals. And low prices that add up to big savings, like over $600 in digital coupons each week, and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Gwinnett Fire and Emergency Services is ready to answer the call, but we'd rather prevent them. Our free home safety survey includes checking smoke alarms, identifying common hazards, and reviewing your family's home escape plan. Schedule yours today.
About 6.5 minutes until we see third period action between the Gladiators and the Icemen. But look no further, we do have some scores from around the world of hockey, and that will start in Milwaukee with our AHL affiliates, the Milwaukee Admirals. First period coming to a close in Chicago as they are taking on the Wolves. It looks like the Chicago Wolves had a 3-1 lead over the Admirals through 1 period of play. Lone goal for Milwaukee was scored by Joaquin Kamel. And so we'll see if our affiliates can rally back for a comeback victory here as the night goes on. We encourage you to stick with us here in Jacksonville for our third period, but you should be able to see that third period at the conclusion of our game, as that game up in Chicago did start about an hour after ours did. So if you have the Flow Hockey subscription, good news for you. You can check them out once our game is over, and support the affiliation. Nashville Predators are off here tonight. They will play tomorrow. And with that, let's take a look at what's going on in the ECHL. A couple of games going on in the South Division here tonight, and a lot of them have importance. And let's be real, every single night, each game has a great weight to it. And looks like we've got a tie game over at Market Arena in Savannah, Georgia. Ghost Pirates taking on the South Carolina Stingrays. That game tied up at 1 heading into the third. Over in Greenville, this game got a little bit tighter as well. Swamp Rabbits hosting the Orlando Solar Bears. Orlando leads that one 2-1 at the start of the third period. And over at the Scope in Norfolk, tough go for the Admirals. We're at 5-10-2. Everblades at top of the South Division, 12-5-1-1. Florida has a 5-1 lead over Norfolk as we speak. So tough go for the Admirals there. Looks like the Gladiators not going to get any help from them, barring an incredible comeback in the third period. But looks like Atlanta does get some help so far from Orlando, and hopefully the Ghost Pirates can do the Gladiators a favor, because if Atlanta wins here tonight, as they are on track to do so with a good third period, and South Carolina loses, second place will be all alone and to themselves with the Stingrays loss. So we'll see how things go throughout the course of the night. But first and foremost, the Gladiators taking care of their own business, which is always good to see. Let's take a look at the YouTube live chat, see what everybody's got going on here tonight. Stadium Arena, Guy, did you see the 2026-27 jersey leaked? You know what? I did see your email. Thank you very much. I saw it, and my sources have told me that is not it. Good try, though. That is not the jersey for the 2026-27 season. Nice try, but no, that is not it. Although I do know you like the old colors. Got them mixed in there a little bit, but no, that is not the jersey for next season. Peach Fuzz asks, Guy, what happened to your knee? Nothing happened to my knee. It is what happened to my fantasy football team players' knees. I'm just going to lay it out on the line, all right? I'm going to let everybody know. I finished last in fantasy football. Yep, that's right. My team stinks. I had the last pick in the draft, 14. In a snake draft, my first two picks were James Conner and Malik Neighbors. Both were out due to knee injuries in weeks 3 and 4. So my team is terrible. I've lost 11 games in a row, hopefully not to be 12. And, if anybody would like to give me their knee so I can give it to one of my fantasy football players as a donation so I can win one more game before the season ends, that would be great. But, no. My knees are fine, but my fantasy football team players' knees are not. And so because I finished last in fantasy football, at some point this season I will have to dress up in the goalie gear and take slap shots from our front staff. And so hopefully can learn a thing or two from our great Gladiators netminders and Semptenfelter and Hyder and get a couple saves in there once I get between the pipes. So that is the lowdown on the knee situation. Unfortunately, that's how it goes. No, I'm not wearing jorts. Fuzzy says, nice tie, nice jacket, nice shirt, thank you. Am I wearing gym shorts? No, wearing my suit pants, not wearing jorts. Don't wear jorts. But great for Rebecca planning the outfit for the holiday game on Sunday. Great segue into what we've got going on Sunday. So here tonight, we're in Jacksonville. Tomorrow night, we're back here in Jacksonville. And on Sunday, quick turnaround, not a lot of sleep. 3 o'clock start time here at Gas South Arena. It is Max's holiday party, so it's going to be a lot of fun. First 1,500 fans at the door will get a special Gladiators-themed ornament, courtesy of our friends over at Barebone Steakhouse, as Max is getting ready for the holiday season. He unveiled those sweater-themed jerseys on our social media. Go check those out. Atlanta Gladiators social media. It is a yellow jersey. I love the yellow color. I think it's awesome. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, Max is getting ready for the holidays. Santa's coming to town. The kids are going to be there for Sing to Santa. There's going to be a lot of singing and festivities, and Max is going to be there. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm really looking forward to Sunday's game. So make sure you come out, support the Gladiators as they've been buzzing on the ice. Want to see you buzzing in the crowd as well. And of course, getting in the festive spirit as it is the holiday season. Don't know how that happened. Really kind of just snuck up on everybody. But it is the holiday season, so make sure you get on over to Gas South Arena, snag something for your family, Christmas gift at the team store as well. And we're going to have a good time on Sunday, so make sure you get your tickets before they are gone. Max's Holiday Party is the theme. Santa's there. Max is in the holiday spirit. And, of course, the first 1,500 fans in the building and an ornament courtesy of Bare Bones Steakhouse. That is the lowdown for Sunday. As for right now, we are back out and ready for the third period here in Jacksonville. Gladiators lead 4-1 through 2 periods of play. Been a great night offensively. And sneakily, a great night defensively as well. Hold the Icemen to just 1 goal on the board through 2 periods. Gladiators will look to close this one out here in the third, wearing their blue jerseys with gold numbers and Gladiator gold trim. They'll skate from right to left. Icemen wearing their white jerseys with blue numbers and silver trim will skate from left to right. That'll conclude the second intermission report here on the Gladiators Broadcast Network. Third period awaits at VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. We're back after this.
Kinda feels like everyone's trying to copy the $5 biggie bag. So how could you spot a knockoff? It won't taste like Wendy's. This job is easy. When the deal is as fresh as the meal, gotta be Wendy's.
We are all set for third period action here in Jacksonville. Gladiators with a 3-goal lead looking to close this one out. Improved to 13-4. Increase their win streak to 4 straight games. We do know Jacksonville's not going to make it easy on them. It's going to take a full 60-minute effort here tonight. McNamee gets it started with a face-off victory to start the third. Gladiators come charging in. Icemen able to box them off the puck. Dunkley scrubs it out to the neutral zone. McNamee comes right back in. Right side to the left over the stick of Denemy. Dunkley able to squirm back to the neutral zone again, and Denemy flings it back down to Bouillon, who came in relief of Ratzlaff late in the first period after the Gladiators' third goal. Puck trickles in on Septemfelter. He will cover up 32 seconds into the third. Along with that holiday party game, thank you for a couple of you guys reminding me in the live chat. There are a couple more things going on that night. It is the Jambo's Pajama Toss. So after the Gladiators' first goal, we encourage you to throw pajamas on the ice. All those pajama donations will go to Jambo's, to kids in need. So make sure you got your jammies. You can wear them as well. Face off to the right of Septemfelter. McNamee will take it against Duhart. Duhart this season, 4 goals and 3 assists for 7 points in 17 games coming into the night. The only person on the Jacksonville roster so far here today that has a point is Colby Johnson. His goal scored late in the first period was unassisted. Get a do-over on the face-off to the right of Septemfelter. McNamee will take it again, and he's been sneakily underrated at the face-off dot this season. We'll give him his flowers here. Done a really nice job of winning face-offs for the Gladiators, especially in critical situations. As really is a lengthy delay here. Everybody gets ready. Puck is dropped, and McNamee sends it to the wall. Icemen dig it out from there. At the line, they shoot. It's blocked. Goes onto the stick of Lind, and he will turn his attention up ice. Right down the middle, he'll fire. Glove save made by Bouillon. That had some steam on it. And afterwards, Lind is dumped down to the ice after the whistle by Condada. Well, the crowd likes that. 45 seconds into the third, and really for the Icemen at this point, we got to do something to wake up this crowd. It's turned into a bit of a library here in Jacksonville. And the Icemen really haven't given their fans a lot to cheer about. What a snapshot that was for Lind into the glove of Bouillon. And it'll be interesting to see who gets the start for the Icemen tomorrow. The Icemen are one of the few teams that carry 3 goaltenders. So they have Cameron Rowe, who we saw last time these two teams met. Got Ratzlaff, who started the game, and now Michael Bouillon, who's going to finish this one out in relief of Ratzlaff. Your guess is as good as mine. Here is Beraldo on the right side. Pivots at the half wall, defended well by Nychuk. Sylvester steps in to help out, and Atlanta has the puck. Walter carries it away, turns it over, off the stick of Crane. Back down below the goal line, Nychuk regains possession for Atlanta. They'll deal it out to the neutral zone. Icemen waffle it right back in the near corner. Nychuk collects, locates Sylvester, picks his head up, finds a trailer in Furiolo, who collides at his own blue line with Grando. He's lost his stick. A shot goes wide of Semptimphelter. Icemen have possession. Nychuk able to scrub it off the stick of Bykov. Icemen get it back. Furiolo has taken the stick of Sylvester. The captain, so gracious, gives it to him. Now picks up the loose stick that once belonged to Furiolo as the Icemen look to center. Puck deflects wide. Shot from the left point, turned away by Semptimphelter. Puck behind the net. MacArthur goes careening into the corner with Boudon. Now Bykov takes a check from Nychuk. Puck comes up to the right point. Spets turns and fires. Hits a stick and goes wide. Goes off the stick of Furiolo. At the line, Gladiators able to scrub the Iceman off the puck. Walter scrambles forward. Francis tries to gain the attacking line, but going to get a too many men penalty here. 2:23 into the third. It's going to go against the Gladiators, and so for the second time tonight, the Gladiators get caught for a too many men penalty. And it's going to be Ryan Francis that has to serve it again. But keep in mind, the last time that happened, the Gladiators went on to score 2 shorthanded goals on the same penalty kill, so it might not all be that bad. Back we go to the Beaver Toyota and Mazda penalty kill. Face off to the right of Semptimphelter. For Jacksonville, this is a chance for them to inch closer and make this one a game. Cross ice feed to Bykov, makes its way there at the line. Brown to the left side. Costantini, a shot stopped by Semptimphelter. And the rebound plops over on the near side. From the corner, they jostle for it. Savage to Bykov. He runs into Denemy. Puck goes to the end wall. Yoder is there. Meanwhile, Icemen get it back. Savage from low to high. Costantini to the line to Brown. Back to Costantini. He'll shoot off the stick of Cipollone and out of play. Good start to the PK for the Gladiators. Already 35 seconds in. And you got to think, if Jacksonville scores here, that makes it a 2-goal game. A lot of time left. Atlanta needs a strong penalty kill here to keep the 3-goal game. Face off once again to the right of Semptimphelter. Young will take it and win it. Jacksonville steps in and swipes it away. Cross ice feed to Bykov. Right circle drop pass. Brown shot into the glove of Semptimphelter. He will freeze with 45 seconds gone by on the penalty kill. Now we'll see a face-off to his left. So the penalty killers for the Gladiators, Nolan, Young, Les, and Conroy. And that Les Conroy pairing is so strong. We see them out there at 5-on-5. We see him out here on the penalty kill as well. Bykov creeping down the right wing wall, flings it across for a shot by Costantini, and Semptimphelter rises to the occasion again. Makes another glove save, and Costantini's a guy that you don't want to let shoot like that. He has been incredible for the Icemen so far this season. 3 goals, 8 assists, 11 points in 12 games. Is currently under contract with Rochester. Spent some time up there earlier in the year when these two teams met in November. Was reassigned not too long ago along with Savage. Here's Bykov, right circle, looking down low to Dunkley. Pass evaded him. Fans getting restless. Brown up to the left point to Costantini. They trade places from the circle. Back up top to Brown. Surveys and scans and fumbles the puck. It goes out of the zone, and the crowd groans. A little bit of boo birds as well. Here's a steal for the Gladiators. Short-handed is Scardina. One-on-one breakaway chance. Backhand shot goes wide. The rebound put to the slot, and Bouillon makes the save. 20 seconds left on the penalty kill. Savage drop pass for a shot by Costantini. Rebound off the end wall. Fought off by Semptimphelter on the second chance. They get it back up top. Spence at the right point. Creeps on in and fires. Deflection in front and the puck dribbles wide. Francis out of the box. It's a successful Beaver Toyota Mazda penalty kill. Nychuk scrambles in on the left side. Angles it off the end wall. Walter can't touch it. Boudon will on the right side. Puck leaks over to Jacksonville and they move up ice. Spets on the right wing. Flings it to the middle. Puck goes off the end glass. And a shot by Oleski is now dug out of the skates of an Iceman on the far wall by Walter. He will heave it to the end wall after taking a check in front of the Jacksonville bench. Iceman roll back out to center. Oleski to the left wing. Shot by Saprika. Glove save Semptimphelter. 5:07 into the third. There's something that I don't think I mentioned earlier on in the game, and shame on me. For Steve Oleski, he's naturally a defenseman, but because Jacksonville is so short-handed here today in terms of personnel and who they have that is not injured or suspended, he's actually acting as a forward here today on the fourth line for Jacksonville. Although a very lengthy NHL career for him. Back in the ECHL at the age of 39. First pro game in about 3 years. Tischke in the neutral zone, plugs it to his left. Young gets in front of that and wobbles the puck into the far corner. Francis on the forecheck, gets caught with his hands in the cookie jar, and so after serving the too many men penalty earlier, back to the box he goes. Well, this one's his own fault. And yeah, he kind of clotheslines the Iceman there a little bit. Tried to reach around with his stick and get a piece of the puck, but he does go to the box. Penalty on Francis. And so back down we go to the Beaver Toyota Mazda penalty kill. The 3 penalties on the Gladiators here tonight. Francis has served all of them. Atlanta 2 for 2 so far tonight on the PK. Holding's the call officially on Francis. And Jacksonville will try and get something going. Costantini drop pass to Brown, rifles a shot, and it's another glove save for Semptimphelter. Boy, that leather has been getting some good work tonight for TJ. Makes another stop as Jacksonville retakes the lead in the shot count 24-23. And they're trying to screen him a little bit. Dunkley there. Looks like they're stacking 2 guys in front in the slot. Savage looking for the tip. Dunkley with the screen. Bykov at the line. Feeds it to his left. Costantini looking backdoor. Gladiators break it up. Puck squirts to Brown. Returns it to Costantini. Takes in the return feed. Costantini again tries to unload. That's blocked by Cipollone. At the line now. Brown jams it towards the net. Deflection by Dunkley goes out of play. So there you go. They run that play again. Dunkley, Savage, one looking for a tip, one looking for the screen. So far it hasn't worked out too well for them, although you got to figure if they'd run that play enough times, could find gold. Face off to the right of Semptimphelter. It'll be Boudon to take it. Penalty killers Boudon, Burns, Nychuk, and Jarvis. Icemen win another face-off. Brown on the left wing spins away. Gets it to the line for Costantini. Rushes it right side for Bykov. Centers. Savage across. One-timer Brown. Goes high and wide. Costantini to the right half wall for Bykov. Return feed out of the zone. It's a free clear for Atlanta. And the crowd continues to groan. Costantini plunges on in, goes around the net, pops out on the near side, goes up top to Savage. Return to Costantini, feeds it to the left. Brown has got it. Squirms down the wall, brushes it down low, centering feed, broken up by Nychuk. Pass intended for Savage. He's able to push it away from danger. Gladiators pelt it down, 33 seconds left on the penalty to Francis. .12:50 left in the third. Here comes Jacksonville again. Grando down the right wing, backhands it across, away from the intended receiver. Duhart catches up to it on the far wall. Nolan strips it away, rifles it down. Another Gladiator clear, and that should get the job done on the penalty kill for Atlanta. Out of the box is Francis.
Atlanta back to full strength.
Gladiators 3 for 3 on the PK. Spetz, high slot, fires, blocker save, Semptenfelter, rebound available. Atlanta's off to the races. Spetz catches up to Francis on the back check. And Jacksonville will jam it into Atlanta ice. MacArthur overskates at the left point. Atlanta steps in. Conroy with it. Weaves his way through the neutral zone. Here comes Conroy. Down the middle. Fires. Shot goes wide. Nolan rushes it back up top to Conroy. The Yale product tries to unload. Flubbed on the shot. And Jacksonville has it. 3-on-3 up ice. Grando feeds it to the middle. Backdoor backhand try off Johnson. Is snatched up by Semptenfelter. And Beraldo crashing the crease. But Atlanta comes away unscathed. 4-1 Gladiators with 11:43 left in the third. We're back to Jacksonville after this.
Feels like everyone's trying to copy the $5 biggie bag. So how could he spot a knockoff? It won't taste like Wendy's. This job is easy. When the deal is as fresh as the meal, gotta be Wendy's.
Gwinnett Fire and Emergency Services is ready to answer the call, but we'd rather prevent them. Our free home safety survey includes checking smoke alarms, identifying common hazards, and reviewing your family's home escape plan. Schedule yours today.
Face off to the left of Semptenfelter to restart play. Atlanta leads 4-1. Under 12 minutes left in the third. Jacksonville with 2 chances on the power play here in the third period. Atlanta able to shut them down on both. Big job here tonight on the Beaver Toyota Mazda penalty kill. It's a big check is thrown on Yoder in front of the Gladiators bench. Lynn streaks up ice. Toe drag, it's a shot away. Glove save made for Bouillon. Puck stays alive. Shot by Denemy goes wide. Ninechuck now from the far corner. Prods it to McNamee. Around the horn it goes to Denemy, who jolts it to the line. Furiolo unloads, save Bouillon. The rebound is loose. He doesn't know where it is. But the Icemen able to pick it up. Move it away from Kalen Lynn. One more note on the penalty kill for the Gladiators so far here tonight. Gone 3 for 3. And in 12 out of 16 games coming into tonight, this is game 17, Atlanta has gone perfect on the penalty kill. They've only allowed a power play goal in 4 games this season entering tonight. Incredible stuff. Jacksonville offside on their latest zone entry. Clock stops with 10:36 left. But what Atlanta's been able to do on the penalty kill has been nothing short of sensational. And the lowdown on the Icemen here is usually they're very strong in the first period. Jacksonville outscores their opponents in the first period this season by a pretty wide margin. Of course, tonight not being that kind of night for the Icemen, but in the second period and the third period, they have a negative goal differential. It looks like that could get worse for them. Atlanta going back to the power play. Colby Johnson in the box. So Atlanta to the Eco-Electric power play here. For the 4th time tonight, they've already scored once. That being the Walter goal, the 4th of the night. Atlanta with power play goals in 3 straight contests. Johnson in the box, too many men on Jacksonville this time. Young. Down low, Walter looking back door to Sylvester. Couldn't connect on that pass, and so the captain will wheel it around to the left point for Young. Nychuk from the high slot creeps on in and shoots off the stick of Brown and into the netting behind Bouillon. The first power play unit will start. Power play for the Gladiators. Boudon, Young, Walter, Nychuk, and Sylvester. Gladiators win the face-off. Nychuk from the left point across to Sylvester. Captain back to Nychuk. Sylvester's got it again. On the right wing, quarterbacks things from the circle, deals it to Boudon. Up top they go to Nychuk. Return to the Frenchman. Across to Nychuk again. On the left wing, connects with Young. Top of the circle, play down low. Walter, stuff attempt, stopped by Bouillon. Then the Icemen will clear out the center. Nychuk looks up ice, brushes to his left for Sylvester, takes in the return feed, drops it off. Boudon scores! Oh, what a play! Precise passing, surgical from the Gladiators. Boudon's got his second of the night. Power play goal to make it 5-1. What a pass from Nychuk. Well, that camera angle doesn't do it any justice. It's a no-look behind-the-back pass from Nychuk to Boudon for the score. Oh, my goodness. What a goal for the Gladiators. Might be seeing that one on Plays of the Week. Power play goal with 9:38 left makes it a 4-goal lead for Atlanta. 5-1's your score. And fans are headed to the exits.
Atlanta goes for number 29, Louis Boudon. The assist, number 39, Chad Nychuk. Along number 16, goes Sylvester.
Sylvester gets the secondary assist as Nychuk got the primary on that incredible pass.
Assist number 39, Chad Nychuk. Along number 16, goes Sylvester. Goal scored on the power play.
Second power play goal of the night for the Gladiators. And the power play has been buzzing as of late, and that is an understatement. Bykov, right circle, fires. High and wide, puck stays in play. We don't know if the 6 goals on the season. The shot by Condada goes off a stick in wide. Burns on the near wall, throws a reverse hit on Bykov, sends him down to his backside. And Atlanta's able to jam it out to the neutral zone, thanks to Scardina. Jarvis with it in his own end. 8:20 left in the third period. 5-1 lead for the Gladiators. The third time this season they have scored 5 or more goals in a game. Most recently they did it last Wednesday. And they show no signs of slowing down. Here is Young barreling into the far corner. With Francis, they lob it to the left point for Furiolo. Tries to send it back their way. Ends up getting caught onto the stick of Beraldo. Icemen force it out to center. Francis to Young in the neutral zone. Over the attacking line, pounds it down deep. Bouillon out to play it. Locates Jordan on the fly. Goes right wing to Grando, off the wall, he'll slam it in. Furiolo gets to it in the near corner. Puck leaks into no man's land. Centering feed, too hard a shot, stopped by Semptimphelter. Puck at the line, shot by Jordan, deflects in front, and it's a score for Crane. The rebound was available, he shoves it into the nets, 5-2. So Brody Crane will get the goal. And that cuts it to a 3-goal lead. Initial shot was taken by Jordan. Semptimphelter stopped that one, but the rebound right onto the tape of Crane. Not much you can do there. And so it is 5-2. So Atlanta back on the attack. Weasel their way deep into the Icemen zone. Jacksonville escapes to center. And they're going to need a whole lot more in the next 6:45 if they're going to come back in this game. Puck dribbles in on Semptimphelter, puts a paw on it. Frees his time with 6:44 to go.
Third of the season, scoreline number 26, Crane.
So Crane
Assist number 24.
was able to pick up goal number 3 on the season.
Time of the goal, 12 minutes, 47 seconds.
Assisted by Tejas Jordan and Dalton Duhart. 7:13 left in the third period. Gladiators win a defensive zone face-off. Push it through the neutral zone into Icemen territory. Jacksonville through center, dump it on down. Conroy gets to it first. Dunkley tries to fight his way to that puck, but a great play by Conroy keeps him off of it. And now Lind will spring up ice. Puck is knocked off of his stick. Dunkley shot from the right wing. Stopped by Semptimphelter. The rebound is loose, and now Semptimphelter's got it. And he will freeze. 6:12 left in the third. Atlanta leads it 5-2. Healthy night on offense. Lads looking to close it out and improve to 13-4. We're back in just a moment here on the Gladiators Broadcast Network.
Well, it's time to get loud and fuel up with Gate. Download the Gate.
This Thanksgiving, you can count on Kroger. You get up high quality and down low prices. Up high quality with our exclusive brands and down low prices on all your Thanksgiving needs. Because at Kroger, quality and low prices always come together. Kroger. Fresh.
Gladiators by 3, looking to close this one out here in Jacksonville. 5-2 is the score, 6:12 left in the third. Most of the fans in the building have already headed for the exits, but it did come to life after the most recent goal from Crane, for those who still stayed. All indicators point to the Gladiators on their way to win number 13 on the season. Not done yet, though. They work their way in deep. Walter from the far corner has Boudon right circle. Backdoor Sylvester. He slams it in. 6-2, Atlanta. Cody Sylvester finds the back of the net. And everybody's got one. Captain on the board. It's an easy touch-in for Sylvester. Great play by Louis Boudon, and Boudon has had quite the night. That goal scored with 5:51 left in the third. 6-2. Atlanta's tied their season high in goals in a game this season. Sylvester and Boudon combine on that goal as Burns streaks up ice and pots it into the near corner. But for Boudon so far, 2 goals, 2 assists, 4-point night for Boudon. It's not over yet. Icemen trying to muscle towards the net. Puck at center now. Costantini drifting towards the cage. Shoved off the puck by Furiolo. And now at the line, it'll be gathered by Tischke. Cross-ice shot Jordan's there for it. Trickles wide of Semptimphelter. Shot goes wide. MacArthur at the end wall, can't reel it in. From the far half wall, Nychuk spars at it, as does Burns. Atlanta with the puck. Nychuk chips it out the center, and they hold it at the line. Shot from the left circle, stopped by Semptimphelter. And now the Gladiators do get out to neutralize. Burns floats it into the far corner, gets off for a line change. And on the right side comes Crane, scored the most recent Jacksonville goal. Uses the puck to Conroy. Young's got it through center. Drifting towards his right, drops it off for Francis. Backpedals to the neutral zone and lifts it into the near corner. He will give chase. Cipollone creates a turnover. Young on the near wall, battling out 3 Icemen for the puck. Squirts back to Conroy, who chips it into the far corner. Jarvis settles it down, finds Lind on the left wing. Denemy crunches Oleski on the near boards. And here's a turnover in front. Denemy fires wide. Was all alone in the slot. Just rifled it high and wide. 3:05 left in the third. Atlanta continuing to hustle the pucks. Going to salt this one away. Oleski backhands it cross ice onto the tape of Petosha. Wires it into the near corner. Semptimphelter heaves it to Denemy on the left wing. Looking up ice. Denemy upwards to Lind. Off the stick. McNamee toe drag. Backhand shot. He scores! Gladiators have not scored 6, but 7 here tonight. Atlanta leads by 5. McNamee with the score, and they can't stop scoring. .240 to go. McNamee gets in on the scoring. And at this point here tonight, who doesn't have a point? Yoder gets the primary assist. Denemy the secondary. And get a timeout here. 2:33 left in the third period. Atlanta leads it 7-2, a season high in goals in a game. And they are on their way to their 4th straight victory and improving to 13-4. We are back in a moment here on the Gladiators Broadcast Network.
Tonight's crash of the game, brought to you by Campion.
Feels like everyone's trying to copy the $5 biggie bag. So how could he spot a knockoff? It won't taste like Wendy's. This job is easy. When the deal is as fresh as the meal, gotta be Wendy's.
It has been a beatdown of the Icemen here tonight. Gladiators lead it 7-2, and everybody that had not already made their way to the exits, they're making their way there now. Still 2.5 to go. Burns with it through center. Drops it off. Scardina's on the move. Tries to knife his way towards the net. Forced to the outside. Already with a goal here tonight. His first pro goal. Scardina looking for a second, as it seems like the goals are just coming at will. McNamee got his second of the year with that score. They put it from 6 to 7 goals for Atlanta. Scardina behind the net. On the backhand, goes to the far corner, levels it up high. Less back to Scardina, has it poked away by Dunkley. Scardina gets it back, looks to center for Burns. Off balance, couldn't reel it in. And now he will get it back and slam it into Jacksonville ice. 100 seconds left in the contest. Francis to Cipollone. Shot steered away by Bouillon. Conroy with it for Atlanta from his own end. Looking up ice, climbing down the left wing, gains Icemen ice. From the right point, stops, rips a shot around the boards. Bouillon slows it down. Icemen will collect, plug it through center, and down to the right of Semptimphelter. Center feed is broken up by Yoder. Into the final minute we go. Francis puts a stick on it. On the right wing, backhands it into Jacksonville ice. 40 seconds to go. Spets on the right wing gains the zone. Defended by Jarvis. Was off the stick, and Lynn's on the move. On the left wing, Lynn shoots off the stick of Condata. It'll roll into the grasp of Bouillon, and he will freeze with 28.8 to go. They announced the 50-50 raffle winner in-house, although chances are that person's not here anymore. A lot of empty seats as a lot of fans have already made their way to the parking lot and to the exits. Although you got to figure, in a game like this, it's going to be a traffic jam anyway. Everybody trying to leave the mass exodus. You might as well just wait it out at this point. Watch the Gladiators score some more goals. Shot by Duhart, blocked by Furiolo. McNamee for Atlanta, shoves it to the neutral zone. Jacksonville returns the favor. Shot goes wide of Semptimphelter. Jarvis gets crunched in the near corner. Puck comes to McNamee at the line. Condata fires. Glove safe Semptimphelter. Leaves it for Jarvis. And the clock will run out. It's a 7-2 beatdown of the Icemen. Atlanta wins it big in enemy territory. You haven't seen a night like this quite in a long time. What a game here from Jacksonville. Everybody chipped in. Great night for Atlanta offensively. Hold the Icemen to 2 goals on the board. Awesome night defensively as well, especially on special teams. We'll talk all about it during the post-game show. We come back to Jacksonville to wrap this one up and look ahead to tomorrow's contest when these two teams meet again. Once again, Atlanta 7, Jacksonville 2. Atlanta thumps the Icemen in their own building here on Friday night. We're back in 30 seconds on the Gladiators Broadcast Network.
Desserts are popping up on Crumble.
More than just cookies. The lineup changing weekly.
Desserts now in rotation.
What a night for the Gladiators. On offense and defense, they win this one 7-2. In enemy territory. Doesn't get sweeter than that. Big beatdown on the road. Atlanta with grins on their faces. They won their 4th in a row, and they improved to 13-4. Jacksonville falls to 9-10. These two teams will meet again tomorrow as Atlanta embarrasses the Icemen in their own building. Here's how we got to this point, and it started early. It should have been an omen of things to come. Louis Boudon scores 102 into the first period from Walter and Nychuk. And that is the first of 7 for the Gladiators here tonight. End up rattling off 3 in the first period as 3:48 left in the first period. Gladiators go to the penalty kill. Too many men minor. Ryan Francis will serve it, and he looks onward to the box, and he sees the Gladiators score 2 goals and take a 3-0 lead. As first it is Joey Cipollone on a nice steal from Denemy. They go across. Cipollone bangs it in. First shorthanded goal of the night. Makes it 2-0 Gladiators, and then 1:19 afterwards, Ethan Scardina gets it on the fun from Nolan and Conroy. He gets his first professional goal shorthanded. What a nice shot that was. Goes far corner on Ratzlaff. He's able to get the goal in the back of the net. And the Gladiators take a 3-0 lead on that play. Scardina gets his first of what is probably going to be many in his professional career. Congratulations to him. The Gladiators lead 3-0, but that comes to a halt. 1:09 after the Scardina goal. It is Colby, don't call me Caleb Johnson, scoring for the Icemen on an odd play where Semptenfelter makes the initial save. The rebound's available. Everybody falls down like bowling pins, and then next thing you know, the puck's in the back of the net. Go figure, but the Icemen make it a 2-goal game on that play. 3-1 is your score through 20. Go to the second period, only 1 goal is scored, and that belongs to the Gladiators on the power play. Atlanta has now scored a power play goal in 3 straight games, longest stretch of the season. And this time with 39 seconds left in the period, it is Walter from Boudon and Young. And that play doesn't happen without the sensational effort of Alex Young. Gloves down a puck in the high slot. He's able to put it down onto his stick after getting dragged down by 2 Icemen. Able to locate Boudon. It goes cross ice to Walter for the backdoor score. Atlanta leads 4-1. Get to the third period, and Atlanta tacks on 3 more. 9:38 into the period, back to the power play we go. It is Nychuk throwing a nifty pass behind the back to Boudon. Surgical passing from the Gladiators. Sylvester gets the secondary assist as Boudon gets his second of the night. That makes it 5-1 Gladiators. The Icemen do get one. 7:13 left in the third period. Crane gets one off of a rebound on a shot by Jordan. Duhart gets an assist on that, but then back down we go. The Gladiators back to their shenanigans. 2 more on the night. 5:51 left in the third. Sylvester on a backdoor tap-in pass from Boudon. Walter gets the secondary assist. And the Gladiators take a 6-2 lead, although 6 quickly becomes 7 because, I know. 2:48 left in the third period. Mike McNamee from Yoder and Denemy puts the cherry on top, the extra point, whatever you want to call it. Gladiators win it 7-2. McNamee's got his second of the year. And the Gladiators just put a beat down on the Icemen here today. They absolutely embarrassed them in their own building. And, I mean, listen, here's the thing for Jacksonville. I mean, they're very, very, very low on guys that can play. I think that's why we saw Steve Oleski coming to the lineup here tonight. This is a guy that hadn't played a professional game in 3 years. I think, all things considered, he was probably looking at retirement and then got the call from Sean Teagle, hey, can you play tonight? Yeah. Steps into the lineup and eventually is on the losing end of this. And so for the Icemen, the corps have run thin. They're down to the reserves. I mean, there's not many guys left for them. And so now I think about Ratzlaff had a rough night. Bouillon had a rough night. Let's look at the stat sheet here. Ratzlaff starts 5 of 8. Bouillon 15 of 19. And if you're Jacksonville, you look around and you say, how does it get better? It's a tough night. You lose like this in your own building. It is difficult, but if there's anything that I've learned, you can see a game like this one night and then the next night see the complete opposite. And so it's going to be interesting to see what we get tomorrow night because I think there is going to be a lot of rage and a lot of fury on the side of the Jacksonville Icemen. I can't imagine they're happy with the way they played here tonight, losing by 5 in your own building, 7 goals against. They're going to come out with a chip on their shoulder tomorrow night. I promise you that. Jacksonville will be back tomorrow, and they will be back with a vengeance. And so for the Gladiators, you have a great night here tonight. Celebrate it. It's a great night for Atlanta. Season high in goals scored. Semptenfelter great again, stopping 31 of 33. And so for the Gladiators, again, you try and keep your business as usual, but just know that there is going to be a storm coming from Jacksonville. I can't imagine that this is going to go away easily for them. They're going to come out and play with a little bit more passion here tomorrow, no matter who's in the lineup. So Atlanta's going to have to brace for that. But, back to tonight, all-around great game for the Gladiators. I mean, you get scoring from pretty much everybody. I mean, a lot of names crop up here for Atlanta on the score sheet. You've got Sylvester with a goal and an assist, Denemy with 2 assists, Walter with a goal and 2 assists, Boudon a 4-point night, 2 goals and 2 assists, Nychuk 2 assists. I mean, you're looking at 5 different players with a multi-point game, and of course Boudon with 4. Unbelievable for the Gladiators here today. Incredible night. They earned it. They definitely earned it. And let's not get it lost in the mire that Simpson Filter Stops 31 of 33. Another great night for TJ. And it is the rare occurrence that the Icemen outshoot their opponent. The 3rd time they've done this season. 3 out of 19 where the Icemen have outshot their opponent. And the Gladiators still win. Icemen outshoot Atlanta 33-28. But really where this game was won was the special teams battle. And you think back to the end of the first period, 2 shorthanded goals on the same penalty kill. Atlanta ends up going 3 for 3 on the Beaver Toyota Mazda penalty kill, and they go 2 for 4 in the power play. So not only have the Gladiators scored a power play goal in 3 straight games, they score a power play goal, 2 power play goals in a game and back-to-back games, and so they went 3 for 9 in the 2 games against Greenville on the power play. Now you're looking at the Gladiators going 5 for 13 over their last 3 games on the power play. So, I mean, you do some quick math. They're scoring almost over every 1 in 3 chances. So almost 40% on the power play in that span. So you go through a dry spell, nothing happening on the power play, and all of a sudden it's just every single night, here we go, Atlanta scoring at will in the power play. And so that is the ebbs and flows of a season, 72-game slate. And luckily for the Gladiators, they're off to a hot start, 13-4 on the season. Incredible stuff from Atlanta here today. They pick up 2 more points. They are now up to 26 on the season, and they will battle an Iceman team that will be very angry come tomorrow night. It'll be the middle game of the 3-game set. First one in the books, 2 more to go. Tomorrow night we're back here in Jacksonville. 6:40 pregame show, 7 o'clock puck drop. Make sure you're there for the second match of the weekend. And make sure you're with us on Sunday in Duluth. Want to see you in person at Gas South Arena. 3 o'clock start time. Max's Holiday Party is the theme. The first 1,500 fans in the building get an ornament courtesy of Barebone Steakhouse. Gladiators wearing specialty jerseys. Santa's going to be there. And, of course, the pajama toss presented by Jambos. Make sure you got some pajamas to throw on the ice for the Gladiators' first goal. And if that night is anything like this night, shouldn't take them too long. And there'll be plenty of stuff to cheer for. A lot of options. Atlanta takes this one 7-2. Best one of the season so far for the Gladiators. All-around complete game. Best night offensively. See if they can back it up tomorrow. Atlanta 7, Jacksonville 2. That's your final here from VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. I'm Guy Chiarenza saying good night and so long from Jacksonville. And we'll see you again here tomorrow night.